Chapter 101. Suddenly, Son Goku just closed his eyes. Buzz. At the same time, along with it, Son Goku's body. Slowly rising white breath. Even Son Goku's hair is slowly turning white. This is. Beerus looked at Son Goku in surprise. Really? Son Goku's free spirit is already ahead. He's ahead. This is absolutely pure, perfect self-intention work. It's amazing, he and Mr. Vegeta, two people can come to this point. Whis is also grateful. It was all speculation before, but now that I have seen it with my own eyes, I have to admit it. These two people have really become much stronger. Vermit was so shocked that he was speechless. They have Jiren from Universe, who is already very good. I think this tournament of power will be stable and stable. The result? Leaving aside the monster in the 6th universe, the 7th universe is a self-intentional mastery, a self-intentional mastery. It's like a joke. Swish. Hit directed at Son Goku, who was frozen in time. Whoosh. Son Goku just closed his eyes, but easily avoided Hit's punch. What? Hit was startled. He knows that Zige can dodge on his own, but when the body is frozen, its own time is slowed down so many times, can it still be dodged? Isn't this an exaggeration? Son Goku opened his eyes suddenly. The silver-white pupils looked at Hit, as if they could see Hit's shock. Son Goku also volunteered to explain. Because, this is the result of my full use of Ultra Instinct. This is not the incomplete free spirit of Super Blue or Super Red. The freedom and ultimate intention in this state is perfect. This. Hit was a little speechless in shock. Is Son Goku this strong now? Then hit yourself with a hammer. And, in this state, my speed and strength will be greatly improved. Son Goku's heart is still. The me before, I really couldn't see your trajectory. But now, I see it. What? Hit was surprised. The next moment, before he could react, Son Goku's fist appeared in front of him. Son Goku's current speed has surpassed that of condensation time. Boom. Punch. Hit was knocked out of the ring by Son Goku. Hit. Eliminated. In the original book, Hit's freezing time was surpassed by Jiren. And Son Goku, who is very free and easy, can be almost the same as Jiren, even suppressed. Git. Nature can do the same. And Hit also became the 6th universe, the first player to be eliminated. Gods of Destruction seat. Ah. Hit. Looking at Hit, who was shot down, Kampa felt bad all over. Haha, Kampa, it seems our universe's Son Goku is indeed the trump card. Beerus laughed triumphantly. Finally eliminated a player from the 6th universe. Beerus is having a blast right now. Chi. Kampa pouted, pretending to be indifferent. The last 5 players on our side, let's talk about it after you can beat it. In the arena. Hi. Son Goku let out a long sigh of relief, and was just about to meet up with other people. Boom. The huge breath shocked the audience. This is. Son Goku was taken aback. It's Kale's power. Son Goku remembered that in the 6th universe, he had fought against Kale. Therefore, this breath is no stranger to him. The one who fought Kale, seems to be that Saiyan. Broly, hi? Whis found it, but I can't remember. Son Goku scratched his head, then looked in that direction. Coincidentally, he saw Son Gohan and Toppo fighting. No, this can't be called a fight either. It can be said that Son Gohan was played on one side. Likewise, there is Piccolo. He was also pressed and beaten by the opponent. If it continues, Son Gohan and Piccolo will undoubtedly be eliminated. I am coming. Son Goku transformed from ZZGE into Super Red and rushed over. The other side. Subai brought Sayonel to the confrontation between Kale and Broly. At this moment, Kale, transformed into Chuan Chao, directly suppressed the normal Broly to fight. Isn't Broly a Saiyan? Why can't he transform into a Super Saiyan? Sayonel asked suspiciously. It's like this. Subai was about to explain. I'm here. Gabe ran over. Hi? Cauliflana. Subai looked in Gabe's direction. He could sense that Gabe's anger was with Caulifla before. Now, I only see Gabe but not Caulifla, so I can't help but ask. Ah, haha, she said she wants to compete with Frisia from the 7th universe. Gabe scratched his head. She wouldn't let me do it, so I came here alone. I see. Subai nodded. She likes to fight alone, and Caulifla really does. What's the situation here? Gabe asked. Kal is playing against Chuanchao from the 7th universe, Subai said. What? The opponent turned out to be Chuanchao too? Gabby and Seonel were shocked at the same time. Afterwards, Subai explained the general situation of Broly to the two of them. Oh, that's it. The two suddenly realized. But Subai looked at Broly playfully. I thought of a fun one. Seonel, this matter still requires your cooperation. Master Subai, please give me your orders. Seonel responded quickly. It's very simple, use your magic to directly create an illusion for Broly. Subai smiled. Just create an illusion of his father's death. Huh? Creating the illusion of his father's death. Seonel was taken aback. As the perfect Namek man, he would definitely use this bit of magic. But he didn't understand why this kind of magic was used. What is the purpose? So that's it, I understand. Gabe clapped his hands violently. He got it. What do you mean? Seonel looked at Gabe. It's like this, you see. Roubaix pointed to the confrontation between Kale and Broly. His normality can be comparable to that of Kale's normality, which means that his normality has passed. He is fully capable of transforming into a super sailor. But he can't. This shows that he needs an opportunity. And anger is also an opportunity for Saiyan to transform. Is that so? Seonel scratched his head. He understood what Subai meant, and used the illusion to arouse Broly's anger. As for why Subai strengthened the enemy's strength, Seonel could only understand it. That's right, it's fun. He knows that their king is very fishy. He is also very warlike. Maybe, he just wanted to see how strong the opponent's Saiyan is. Haha, Seonel, don't you usually go to our Saiyan's temple? Subai patted Seonel's shoulder. In the temple, many methods of Saiyan's transformation are recorded. Anger is the simplest and most basic kind. Ah, haha, I usually prefer to bask in the sun. Seonel scratched his head. Gabby. Subai. What a life of a salted fish. Every day is back and forth to bask in the sun. Okay, I'll try it now. Seonel laughed dryly. Then, he stalks Broly in battle. Boom. Broly punched the transformed Kale directly. Boom. In an instant, huge energy erupted from both fists. Not enough. Kale roared, raising his strength even higher. In an instant, this fist directly suppressed Broly. What a powerful force! Seonel, who approached quietly, was a little depressed. The strength of these two people is too terrifying. Let him want to get close, it's not easy to get close. The power of Chuanchao is really terrifying. Seonel sighed with emotion, and arrogance burst out of his body. He raised his chi. Closer. Seonel came not far from Broly, and stretched out his hand to sense it. Well, that's the distance. Buzz. Groups of invisible energy fluctuations attacked Broly. And Broly who is being suppressed, after being covered by fluctuations. Ah! Broly howled suddenly, holding his head, his eyes reddened. Yes. Kale stopped, looking at Broly in confusion. She didn't understand what Broly was going crazy. Hi. Who? Kale suddenly stared and looked not far away. Haha, passing by, passing by. At this time, Seonel jumped out. You. He hesitated to speak. Kale, who was concentrating on fighting, didn't realize that someone was approaching. Concentrate on fighting. Seonel coughed and slipped away. Kale, with a masked face, looked at Broly again. Boom. Now Broly, his eyes are bloodshot, and his aura has improved a lot. This is... Kale couldn't help taking a few steps back. Broly's current breath is too scary. Ah! Broly yelled again. All around, the green light rose sharply. Even the hair is turning green. Going to transform. Kale's expression became more serious. On the seat of gods of destruction. Paragus, who came with Broly, changed his expression. Hastily took out the controller from his pocket. What's this? Beerus glanced lightly. Ah, Master Beerus. Paragus explained hastily. This is a control device, specially made to prevent Broly from going berserk. Look at his bloodshot eyes now, he must be out of control, I want to control him. Chi. Beerus snorted softly, and directly shattered Lars' control device. Palace. Ugh. Master Beerus, what are you doing? Why destroy my control instrument? Now is the crucial group arena. Beerus glanced at Paragus unhappily. I also feel that the combat effectiveness of our universe is too low. You bastard, you still want to suppress the strength of our players. A second time, I will directly destroy you. Palace. Sorry, I was wrong. Then, he glanced at the ring with some concern. Ah, those players of Universe 6, a moment of silence for you. Crazy Broly, no one can stop it. Just when everyone is silent. Whoosh. Frisia's figure appeared on the seat. Palace was taken aback, while Beerus had a bad expression. Ahaha, Master Beerus, I lost. Frisia scratched her head. Also from the golden state, being beaten will return to the normal state. Chi, Frisia, you unreliable guy. Beerus was too lazy to say anything. But you didn't make trouble, this time it's your meritorious service. Frisia coughed a few times, but didn't say much. Paragus trembled even more, and dared not say anything. One is his former boss, and the other is his former boss's boss. He is simply the younger brother. He has no place to speak. Haha, Beerus, can you use universe? Kampa couldn't help but walked over and laughed. Why are they being eliminated one after another? Hearing Kampa's ridicule, Beerus just responded calmly. We have universe, and there are 5 players, Son Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Son Gohan, and Piccolo. As for your universe, there are also 5 players now, I don't think we are behind. Kampa was at a loss for words. Too few people is indeed a pain for Kampa. I've said it a long time ago, let Subai bring a few more, don't listen to me. If you insist on bringing only 6 people, it's abominable. Kampa couldn't help muttering under his breath. Ahem. Vados coughed softly from the side. Kampa shrank his neck. This day has not been posted. It's really not allowed to say a bad word. Only. Chapter 102. On the other hand, Son Goku successfully supported Piccolo and Son Gohan. Kick. It's just Super Race Red status. Kick Dispo off the ring with 1 kick. Eliminated a player from 11 universe. Old grandson. Piccolo smiled gratifiedly. Father. Son Gohan also looked at Son Goku happily. Toppo took a few steps back and looked at Son Goku solemnly. This kid, it's not easy, he even eliminated Dispo. Gohan, Piccolo, are you alright? Son Goku walked over. Then, he looked at Toppo with the same seriousness. This guy is so strong. It's really not easy. We're fine, but... Son Gohan sighed. Grandpa Master Roshi, Uncle Kellen and Uncle Tien Shinyan have all been eliminated. 693 Afterwards, Son Gohan told Son Goku about the general situation. Ah, I see, it looks like Frisia is also eliminated. Son Goku sighed. Through the perception of Chi, he knows that there are only 5 people still fighting in the 7th universe. The rest of us, let's work together. Piccolo suggested. Ahaha. Son Goku just scratched his head and giggled. Piccolo. Forget it, you pretend I didn't mention cooperation. You 3, have you talked enough? Toppo stood on the rock and looked at the 3 of them coldly. Do you want to join forces? If you want to join forces, come on. I am always with you. Boom. Toppo in a fighting pose. The aura of the whole person has increased by an unknown number of times. So strong. Son Gohan's expression changed. Never expected that this person had hidden such power in the previous fight. Horrible. Sure enough, it's a strong enemy, I'm not wrong. Son Goku is also a little emotional. On the seat of the gods of destruction. This kid is not bad. Beerus looked at Toppo and said with emotion. Humph, you know, Wang Po is our universe's gods of destruction candidate. Vermit walked over. Beerus. Hee. Without further ado, Beerus simply ignored Vermit. Seeing Beerus who was ignoring him, Vermit could only turn his head to look at the other people on his side. The rest of the Proud team members are approaching Broly step by step. Thinking about it, he also sensed Kale's transformation before. Very good, Team Proud, sneak over there and wipe out all the 6th and 7th universes. There are only 3 battle groups now, one is Subai and Broly. The other, is Toppo and Son Goku. The last one is Jiren and Vegeta who are full of energy. They are still fighting like crazy. Want to wipe out our 6th universe? Kompa sneered. It's up to you. Perhaps your individual players are very strong. Vermit said leisurely. However, our Proud team pays attention to a coordination. I believe that with the cooperation of the Proud team, no one can beat them. Hee. Kompa sneered twice, and didn't say anything more. They didn't know that the Proud team of the 10th universe surrendered to Subai long ago. In the arena, Son Goku looked at Toppo, then signaled Son Gohan and Piccolo to back off. No, I'm alone, against you. Hearing Son Goku's words, Toppo couldn't help laughing out loud. It's up to you. Heh. Playing a hero. Then I will beat you hard. Boom. Toppo pumped up again. Evil must be cut. Justice will be executed. Whoosh. Toppo rushed to Son Goku in an instant. So fast. Son Goku was shocked. This fighter who looks like a meat dumpling can charge directly at such a fast speed. How underestimated him. It seems that the huge size did not affect his speed. In this way, Son Goku rushed to meet him in a super red state. But it fell straight down. Bang 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 bang. The two started a fierce battle. Son Goku fought and retreated. It's shocking to see. Daddy. Son Gohan couldn't help worrying. Don't worry, Gohan, Son Goku won't fall here. Piccolo has full confidence in Son Goku. I know, and I trust Dad too. Son Gohan nodded. Son Goku has created too many miracles. They all believe in Son Goku. Meanwhile, the other side. Jiren, who is out of clothes, and Vegeta, who is self-satisfied, are fighting more and more intensely. Also very crazy. Ah! Jiren punches Vegeta in the air. Fancy, in the face of pure power, day is enough. Vegeta just punched Jiren in the air. Boom! In an instant, Jiren's hundreds of powers and Vegeta's power directly collided together. Boom! The huge energy collision sound made the entire arena tremble a few times. Boom! The energy in the space has just collided. In the blink of an eye, the two of them fought together again. Boom! Jiren and Vegeta hit each other knee to knee, straight to the ground. Brat! Are you strong? What's your name? You deserve to be recorded by me, Vegeta. Vegeta! Jiren sneered. Very well, remember, the one who beat you is me, Jiren. Just when the two of them were still planning to improve their strength. 4.3. Boom! Distance. Suddenly, a huge figure flew over and smashed directly at it. What? The two erupted one by one. Separate in a hurry. Whoosh! A figure passed between the two. 6. It smashed hard on the stone wall not far away. Conqueror. Vegeta looked at the figure suspiciously. If he's not mistaken, that figure is Son Goku. Who is it? To be able to beat that guy Conqueror so embarrassingly? Jiren. At this time, Toppo walked over slowly. Haven't you decided the winner yet? This human being is very strong. Jiren whispered silently, and didn't say much. Oh! Toppo looked at Vegeta. Chapter 103. So, Jiren, let me help you. Defeat this human together. Toppo is about to shoot Vegeta. Hey, wait, wait. Son Goku scratched his head, and slowly walked out of the stone pestle beside him. Your opponent is me. Toppo. This kid is pretty tough. After this attack, he still hasn't been sent flying. As for Vegeta, he snorted coldly from the side. This guy Conqueror is hiding somewhere. It's been up to now, but it's just turning into super red. It's disgusting. Can't you see the gap between us? Toppo just sneered. Don't delay my execution of justice. Ah, haha. Son Goku laughed dryly. Give me another chance, I didn't take it seriously before. Now, the second round, I will play hard. Ah! Say it. Son Goku, get angry. Blue Arrogance, 31 soars up. Just at this time. Boom. Compared with when Kale broke out before, the power is more powerful, directly soaring into the sky. This is surprised by Son Goku and Vegeta. They were the first to discover this aura. After all, the two of them are the two most sensitive to breath. Broly. The two looked at each other, and they both saw surprise in each other's eyes. That idiot boy who was beaten by Master Beerus could explode such terrifying power. When the two were shocked. Whoosh! Toppo rushed directly in front of Son Goku. Boom! A straight punch. It hit Son Goku hard in the face. Whoosh! Son Goku flew out again like a cannonball. Okay. I've given you a chance. Toppo glanced at Son Goku who was blown away. Unfortunately, you are still too weak. Then, he turned his gaze to Vegeta. You're pretty strong, I'll fight with you. Vegeta. Self-proclaimed justice. But the sneak attack is so slippery. That's fine. Very well, since you insist on coming for a fight, I won't be polite. Vegeta looked at Toppo and sneered. Time to teach this righteous idiot a lesson. Ah! Vegeta was just about to cheer up. Boom! Not far away, Son Goku turned into Ultra Blue. A huge blue aura surrounded Son Wuchen. And Son Goku walked in front of Toppo step by step. I haven't completely transformed into that just now. Super Blue Goku looks at Toppo. The me now is completely different. Let's fight again. Oh? Blue hair. Toppo pondered for a moment. What's the difference if you just change the color of your hair? Then, he glanced at the purple-haired Vegeta. He thought of the blonde-haired Subai again. Saiyan race, do you like to change your hair color so much? Be careful, Toppo. Jiren reminded from the side. This guy's strength is different. I know. Toppo nodded. Swish. In an instant, he and Ultra Blue Goku were directly fighting together. Bang 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 bang. After several rounds of fighting, Toppo was shocked. It really is different. Before, I could suppress it at will. That red-haired transformation is nothing at all. But now, after turning into blue hair, I can actually fight him. Let's continue, too. Vegeta wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and looked at Jiren with fighting spirit. Come on. Jiren took a deep breath and put on a fighting stance again. My strength can be more than once. On the other side, Broly broke out completely. A pair of eyes, no pupils can be seen at all. Green flames surround Broly. And the whole body is carrying countless electric arcs. It seems that Bikel's super transformation is much cooler. This is... Kale couldn't help taking a step back, she could feel Broly's strength, very strong. It's so powerful, beyond her imagination. Obviously the normal state is the same, why is there such a big gap after transforming? For a moment, Kale thought of it. This is Chuanchao's second order. A level higher than her transformation. Could it be possible to achieve this level of transformation for the first time? Kair was secretly startled. No wonder, Broly would lose his mind straight away. Such a powerful force, no one can easily control it. Roar! Broly roared loudly, and rushed towards you. I'm not afraid of you. Kale punched Broly directly. Although Kale's punch hit Broly. But it's completely useless, as if it has no effect. On the other hand, Broly grabbed Kale's head directly. Hit it on the ground. Clatter. Directly used Chuanchao's classic moves, pressing the opponent's head as a bulldozer. Seat 773 on Gods of Destruction. Ha ha ha, Broly, you played well. Beerus shouted excitedly. Pallas still glanced at the ring with some concern. Broly really exploded. This is undoubtedly a disaster for the people on the field. Then, how can we stop him? As for Kampa, I am very excited to see it. That's right. That's it. Hold your head down. Kampa still remembers that Kale wanted to use him as a bulldozer. He is fat. Seeing Kale being bulldozed now makes him so happy. Vados glanced at Kampa speechlessly. Well, Lord Kampa, being gods of destruction, you are still so narrow-minded. There is no cure. On the ring, Caulifla walked over slowly, clutching her wound. She just wanted to report to Subai, and she solved a golden lizard by herself. As a result, I saw Kale being bulldozed and rubbed. Caulifla. Real or fake? Caulifla couldn't help rubbing her eyes, she thought she was wrong. As Chuanxiao, Caulifla has always rubbed against others, how could someone rub against her? Chapter 104. Caulifla, are you here? Subai looked at Caulifla. Subai was the first to discover Caulifla. Hi. After being reminded by Subai, Gabe and Sayonel finally came to their senses. Then turned around and looked at Caulifla. Ahaha, Lord Subai is so amazing. Caulifla couldn't help but sigh with emotion. Is this our king? I deliberately hid my breath, but I was still sensed. I also wanted to scare them to try that, but unexpectedly, they couldn't do it at all. Fortunately, when you were surprised, your breath fluctuated, and I noticed. Subai smiled. If you keep holding your breath, I shouldn't be able to find you. Caulifla. I almost believed it. Caulifla only thinks that Subai is coaxing her to play. In her opinion, even if she held her breath, she would definitely be discovered by Subai. Caulifla, you came here alone, did you beat that person? Gabe asked. Well, I beat that golden lizard. Caulifla ordered. Gabby. What a golden lizard. You are too disrespectful. Golden lizard. Subai just froze for a moment. In an instant, he knew, what Caulifla was talking about, was golden freesia. Okay, you can actually eliminate the golden freesia, and you did a good job. Subai nodded slightly. Hey! Hearing Subai's praise, Caulifla couldn't help but smile triumphantly. Pay so much, just praise for this sentence. That's worth it too. By the way, what's the situation now? Caulifla looked at the battlefield with a solemn expression. Kal, why did you lose all directions? Who is the opponent? So, Subai told Caulifla again about Broly. What? Transcend to the second level. Caulifla was shocked on the spot. She always thought that passing on the super second order was false. It was a legend. Didn't expect it to exist. It was used by someone else. Let me heal you first. Sayonel put his hand in front of Caulifla. Okay. Caulifla smiled. Although she defeated Golden Freesia, she also suffered a lot of injuries. Now that Sayonel wants to heal her, she doesn't have to refuse. Wait a minute. Sayonel slowly mobilized his energy. Buzz. Groups of energy fluctuated, turned into green dots, and poured into Caulifla's body. Caulifla also felt that her physical strength was recovering rapidly. As a perfect Namek, Sayonel's healing ability is undoubtedly very powerful. On the seat of gods of destruction. Hey, hey! Beerus couldn't sit still. Master Grand Priest, isn't this a foul? They actually restore their players' physical strength. Freesia's expression also changed. I have lost my strength. I want to waste the opponent's physical strength, so that the person in the universe can win more easily. The result? The opponent actually recovered his physical strength directly. Didn't I give it for nothing? This is too stupid. Chi, Beerus, don't talk nonsense if you can't afford to lose. Kampa was upset, he was a player who firmly defended his side. This is Sayonel's own ability. Don't you have Namek people over there? Let him heal your contestant too, or not. Beerus. Your uncle. Piccolo is a battle-shaped Namek, how can he be healed? I resist too. Vermit also raised his hand slowly. They use recovery methods, which are unfair to other players. Beerus glanced at Vermit, he didn't expect this guy to stand with him at this moment. Vermit also has his own considerations. The current 6th universe is too strong. Although he has confidence in Jiren. But if you can weaken a person, you will weaken a person. It doesn't make sense, let the 6th universe dominate. Are you all resisting? Grand Priest pondered for a while. He glanced at Zeno and found two Zeno discussing in a low voice. Wow, that green dot is so fun. Yes, yes, it seems to be able to restore the injury, the magic that has never been seen before. Grand Priest. I will too, but it's just that you haven't been injured, so I don't have a chance to use it. But, looking at the surprised eyes of the two Xeno, because the priest also has a verdict. This is Sayonel's arrogant ability, just like bird creatures can have their own wings. Therefore, it is not a foul. After the Grand Priest said these words, he didn't say any more. And both Beerus and Vermit sigh. The Grand Priest said so, it means. It's useless for them to resist any longer. That's the final verdict. Ha ha ha, you two idiots. Combo laughed triumphantly. That's it. Still want to fight against our sixth universe. Ha ha ha. Chi, don't be complacent. Beerus snorted in an atmosphere. In the ring, Sayonel also completely cured Caulifla. Wow, Sayonel, your magic is amazing. Caulifla couldn't help but admire. It's okay. Sayonel didn't respond either. Whoosh. Money, at this moment, Broly grabs Kale's head and grabs it. Throw it straight to Subai's side. At this moment, Kale has returned to normal. Obviously, she was exhausted and unconscious. Kale. Caulifla hugged the flying Kale. Are you alright? Caulifla shook and found that Carl was still awake. Hey! Sayonel, hurry up and heal Kale. Here we come. Sayonel hurried over. On the seat of the gods of destruction. Chi, it's healing again. Beerus was very upset. Don't you want to play the sixth universe? Knock out a person, heal a pool. With mobile springs, how can they play in other universes? Chapter 105. No. You must eliminate this Sayonel first. Otherwise, you can't fight. Beerus yelled at the stage. Hey! Stupid! Hit me that green guy! In the arena. Saunel. The guy with the green skin, is that me? Broly on the other side let out a low growl. I don't know if I understood what Beerus said, or what. In short, he rushed directly towards Subai and the others. Oops! This guy is rushing over. Sayonel hurriedly dodged. Bastard! Caulifla hugged Kale and avoided it too. If you don't dodge, they will all be attacked by Broly. And if you dodge, it will naturally interrupt Sayonel's healing. This big fool! Caulifla looked at the unconscious Kale, and then looked at Broly angrily. I'm going to beat you hard. Damn it! For hurting my sister. Subai looked at Broly who was rushing towards him, and just jumped a few times, avoiding the shape of his body, and did nothing. As for Gabby, just took off. 013. Swish. Broly grabs Gabe by the ankle. Make it too late for him to jump out. Oops. Gabe's heart sank. Without any hesitation. Gabe directly turned into Super Blue. Then he directly stretched out his palm, facing Broly with a blast bomb. Boom boom boom. The intense bombardment not only failed to stop Broly, but made him even more vicious. Roar! Broly roared. Without waiting for Gabe to react, a huge scratch came from the ankle. Ah! Gabe only had time to scream. Boom boom boom. Bang bang bang. Broly swung Gabe and fell hard on the ground on the left. Then, before Gabe could recover, Broly led him to the ground on the right. Subai. A familiar scene. It's like the plot of a movie in the previous life. Except one of them is the Hulk. Although he was a little emotional, he still didn't intend to become a king. On the seat of the gods of destruction. Ha ha ha, this kid is not bad. Beerus is very satisfied with the cruel Broly now. I think this kid has the potential to become gods of destruction. What do you think, Whis? Gods of destruction can't lose their minds. Whis shook his head lightly. Gods of destruction destroyed at will destroy the balance of the universe. Chi. Beerus didn't bother to pay attention to Whis. This guy, at such a happy time, said such spoiling words. It's a shame. Afterwards, Beerus ignored Whis. Instead, he turned his head and patted Paragus on the shoulder happily. Pallas, you have a fine son. To this, Paragus could only humbly respond, and then smiled wryly in his heart. Well. You guys don't know how powerful Broly is. At that time, everyone in the ring will suffer. I hope these gods can control Broly by then. Otherwise, everyone will be finished. Paragus sighs. As for Frisia, she looked thoughtfully at the maddened Broly. Looking at his eyes, he seems to appreciate it very much. This kid is really good. Hi. Beerus patted Kampa on the shoulder at this moment. How is it? I am a player, not bad, right? You don't mention this to me. Kampa has no affection for Chuanchao at all. No matter which side it is from, he, DBB, can't wait to rub the Chuanchao to relieve his breath. Hey? Why don't you talk? Beerus looked at Kampa suspiciously. What, when did my brother change his personality? Taunted him, and didn't even talk back. Lord Beerus. Vados spoke at this time. Actually, Master Kampa was sent to. Shut up Vados. Kampa raged. That is simply my own black history. Never let Beerus know. Otherwise, you will definitely laugh at yourself for thousands of years. Oh? What's the matter? At this moment, Beerus became interested. Oh ho ho ho, since Lord Kampa won't let me say it, then I won't say it. Vados blinked. Chi. Beerus waved his hand, unwilling to say anything. Isn't this just to whet his appetite? Boring. In the arena. This. Caulifla widened her eyes. Kaelin Gabe was rubbed by Broly with one hand. This made her really unbearable. That's Super Blue. Is there such a big gap between our Super Blue and Chuanchao's second order? Caulifla people are stupid. Never mind this, let's heal Kale first. Sayonel walked over again. Oh, yes. Caulifla nodded repeatedly. Heal Kale first. Just when Sayonel was about to heal. Hey! Broly! They are preparing to heal again. Hurry up and attack! Beerus roared loudly. Then came Kampa's yell. Beerus! You are too rude. Absolutely no manners as a god. Kampa, of course, couldn't understand Beerus yelling, beating himself a universe player. Shut up, you fat cat! Beerus' voice. Okay, you bastard! Afterwards, the two fought directly. As for the ring, Broly made it normal for Gabe to fall down, and directly threw him flying. Whoosh! Gabe was thrown out, and there was even a sound of breaking through the air. One can imagine the strength and speed with which it was thrown. Swish! In an instant, Gabe flew to the edge of the ring. Broly threw it straight away. At this point, the sixth universe, the second eliminated contestant, appeared. Then, Broly turned his head and looked at Subai's face. As if sensing something, he aimed at Saonel. Roar! With a low growl, Broly rushed directly towards Saonel. Chapter 106. Be careful! Caulifla hugged Kale and was letting Kale receive treatment from Saonel. Suddenly, she saw Broly rushing over again. Oops! Saonel's face changed slightly. He's treating Kale, he hasn't confiscated it yet. Swish! Broly grabs Saonel's head straight away. With a whoosh, it disappeared immediately. This is too strong. Caulifla bared her teeth. It's hard for her to imagine that a Saiyan can be so strong. Of course, these Saiyans do not include Subai. When it was Broly again, Saonel was also thrown out of the ring. As such, the sixth universe has been eliminated by 3 gods of destruction seat. Ha ha ha, good fight. Beerus was very excited. Come on, Broly. In one go, throw all the sixth universe down. Master Beerus, do you think Subai will also be thrown down? Whis asked curiously. Beerus! You guys are out of luck. We are in the limelight now, and everyone is happy about that. You mentioned Subai to me? That guy Subai, I can't figure it out, can I count on Broly? When people are happy, they always fantasize about unrealistic things. Beerus glanced at Whis. Just take it as me to make me happy, don't mention Subai, it's bad luck. Okay, Lord Beerus. Whis smiled and didn't mention Subai again. As for Frisia, she glanced at Beerus in surprise. Who is that Subai? How do you feel? Master Beerus is a little scared of him. It seems that because of the growth of the Frisia Empire in the future, it is necessary to make friends with Subai. Damn it, why didn't Subai make a move? Kampa was about to die of anxiety. Obviously if Subai makes a move, none of us will be eliminated. Damn it! Why? Maybe, because Bai Shengsheng also has his own considerations. Vados said. Kampa. What is he thinking about? Directly transform into a super race, let everyone on the field rub it down, won't it be over? Lord Kampa, please wait in peace. Vados whispered. Okay. Looking at the excited Beerus, Kampa was a little sullen. Snort. Brat, you can take advantage of it now. Wait for Subai to take action, there will be a time for you to cry. In the ring, Broly charged at Subai and the others after eliminating Seonir. Roar. Now Broly is like a red-eyed berserker. Boom. At this time, in the distance, an air bomb directly hit Broly's body. This attack puts Broly's actions to a halt. Then, he looked in the direction of the attack suspiciously. As if asking, who dare to attack me? I am General Kaselar of the Proud Team. Kaselar led a group of members of the Proud Team and walked over. We will sanction you. On the seat of the gods of destruction. Snapped. Vermit held his head helplessly. He had a great time watching the show, but he never expected that people from his universe would also participate in it. These idiots, haven't you seen how strong Broly is just now? You actually walked over looking for death. Sure enough, after a while, General Kaselar and his companions appeared beside him. All were eliminated. Alas! Vermit sighed helplessly. What is this called? It's okay, Master Vermit. Makarita said at this time. We still have Topo and Jiren, who haven't been eliminated yet. Yet? Vermit nodded. Their universe trump card is not eliminated, there is still play. There is still hope. Jiren, come on. I believe in you. Vermit took a deep breath. It's just that this confidence is not very sufficient. Whether it's Vegeta fighting Jiren. Broly, who is still crazy now, makes Vermit. 11 universe, maybe it will end. In the arena. Roar. After throwing all the players of Team Proud off the ring. Broly yelled up to the sky. The fighting spirit is even more fierce. In the next second, he aimed at Subai and charged directly at Subai. Looking at the oncoming Broly, Subai just dodged a few times at random, easily avoiding Broly's attack. Afterwards, he stretched out a finger and teased Broly easily. On the seat of gods of destruction. What? Vermit was shocked. He did hear Kampa say that Subai is far better than him. 18. That's just hearsay, he still doesn't feel how powerful Subai is. Now, seeing Subai play Broly so easily, he is in a bad mood. Is Broly weak? No, Vermit could see clearly that Broly rubbed Kaelin with one hand. As for Chao Lan, he discovered it through his observation. The Super Blue transformation is undoubtedly very powerful. This shows that Broly is really strong. Unbelievably strong. It can be said that he feels that this Broly should be similar to Jiren, right? But such a powerful man, facing Subai, was turned around. What are you kidding? Is it too fake? This kid, is he really human? Vermit doubted life. Makarita also has a dignified expression. Because she can see it. In Subai's movements, there is a shadow of freedom and extreme intention. Too proficient. Makarita couldn't help but sigh. Subai's free spirit is so skillful. Beerus is also covering his head in pain. It's over, Subai comes out. You. Chapter 107. Ah. Before the dream started to be done, it was shattered. Unexpectedly, Subai made a move so soon. Kampa's eyes lit up. Ha ha ha. Subai finally made a move. Your other universe's days are over. Meanwhile, in the ring, Son Goku's ring. Bang 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 bang. Super Blue Goku and Topo have had a fight. Super Blue Goku firmly suppressed Topo, making Topo defenseless. Boom. With a heavy punch, Son Goku hit Topo directly. Then he kicked it hard and sent it flying. How? 257 Son Goku stopped and looked at Topo, who was knocked into the air. I said it before, as long as you transform into Kaelin, it will be different in the future. Topo was a little embarrassed and stood up with difficulty. Impossible. Why, my Justice, keeps losing. Justice, you shouldn't lose. Then, he looked at the meeting point between Vegeta and Jiren. That powerful destructive energy, even Topo dare not approach easily. Damn it, my justice, is this the only way? Tokpo fell into a life of doubt. Hey! If you don't make a move again, I will do it. Looking at the standing Tokpo, Son Goku yelled. It's just. Tokpo still lowered his head and remained silent. I don't know what he is thinking. Well, since that's the case, I won't show mercy. Son Goku clenched his fists. He could sense that Tsubai's side was constantly bursting with powerful power. He wants to fight too. However, the prerequisite for participating in the war is to solve the Tokpo. So, he doesn't intend to waste any more time. Solve Tokpo. Whoosh! Son Goku exploded on the spot and rushed towards Tokpo. Let's fly! Boom! Tokpo blocked it with one hand. What? Son Goku was taken aback. The power of this Tokpo seems to have grown stronger. Justice, it's too weak. I don't want it. Tokpo blocked Son Goku's attack with one hand. At the same time, purple light rose from his body. What is this? Son Goku is about to explode. Because he often sparred with Vegeta, he knew it all too well. This thing is a precursor to self-intentional activation. It's destruction. That's too late. With a low growl, Tokpo grabbed Son Goku's ankle as he tried to retreat. Swish! Grabbing Son Goku, Tokpo threw Son Goku in the air. On the seat of gods of destruction. This. Beerus narrowed his eyes. Haha, yes, this is Tokpo's ego. Vermit laughed. As our universe's alternate gods of destruction, he has learned destruction. Beerus. Hateful. In the arena. Tokpo sent Son Goku flying. Justice Flash, no. Tokpo raised his hand, out of habit, just wanted to say those 4 words. He changed his words hastily, and then looked in Son Goku's direction. Destroy! A mass of purple energy directly charged towards Son Goku. Boom! When he was about to hit Son Goku kicked the destructive energy away. This is? Tokpo was a little surprised. Can the Emperor of Destruction energy be kicked away? When the smoke dissipated, he saw that it was Son Goku transforming and using ZZ Jiji. Let's make it quick. Son Goku looked at Tokpo and took a deep breath. His transformation consumes a lot of energy, so we can't delay it any longer. Whoosh! Without further ado, Son Goku rushed directly to Tokpo. Well done, destroy! Tokpo stretched out his palm, aiming at Son Goku. Swish! Energy burst. Whoosh! Son Goku dodged and appeared in front of Tokpo in an instant. Boom! With a heavy blow, it directly hit Tokpo's abdomen. Puff! Tokpo spat out a mouthful of sour water. Your destruction is still a bit of an order. Son Goku said lightly. Compared to Vegeta's, it's far worse. Cultivate well, if you can master destruction proficiently, maybe. There can be even more exciting battles between us. Then, without further ado, turn around. Boom! Kicked Tokpo off the ring directly. 11 Universe, Tokpo eliminated. On the seat of gods of destruction. Ah! Vermit's eyes widened. Lost. Still lost. Tokpo, who used his destructive power, was defeated by Son Goku. Haha, it seems that the humans of our universe are stronger. Beerus laughed triumphantly. Damn it, Zizige is too skinny. Vermit objected. Why can a human being be able to comprehend the skills of God? Because Lord Gods of Destruction didn't cultivate seriously, but was sleeping. Makarita replied. If Lord Gods of Destruction can cultivate seriously, he should also be able to master the skills of gods. Vermit. I don't, I just like to have fun. 36. In the arena. Hi. Looking at the eliminated Tokpo, Son Goku let out a long sigh of relief. Now, you can go and see Tsubai and the others. I've been looking forward to this battle for a long time. Just about to take a step forward, Son Goku was so weak that he almost fell to the ground. Cough. Son Goku took a few steps back and leaned against the wall. Consecutive transformation into Zizige twice is a bit exhausting for me. Let's take a break first, give me a few minutes, and I should be able to recover. Then, Son Goku looked in the direction of Vegeta. Ego Vegeta, fighting Jiren. Chapter 108. Bang 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 bang. The battle between Jiren and Vegeta is still going on. The strength and speed of the two are almost the same. This victory is indeed difficult to tell. Boom. Vegeta gave Jiren a punch, and Zhou Lian also gave Vegeta a lap. The two hit each other at the same time and were sent flying at the same time. Boom. Vegeta hit the stone wall and landed slowly. Damn it, this bastard is really difficult. Vegeta wiped the corner of his mouth. It seems that we must find an opportunity to kill with one blow. At the same time, Jiren, who was hit on the wall, was also a little embarrassed. Except Master Subai, he can far surpass me. Now, there are still humans who can compete with me. Damn, and it seems that it is impossible to solve him in a short time. Look for a chance, shoot deadly. Jiren glanced at the pillar in the center of the ring. Countdown. The race is already halfway through. Deal with him. 31 Contribute to Master Subai's conquest of the universe. Jiren gritted her teeth and stood up again. Just at this time. Boom. An extremely terrifying power erupted. Let Vegeta, Jiren, including Son Goku, who is resting, watch the overpressure. What kind of power is this? Incredibly powerful. Far more than anyone present. Even, judging by the aura, it is not weaker than Subai's normal state. This fell to the ground. Who? The three of them, shocked, stopped fighting. On the other hand, time moves forward a little bit. Swipe swipe swipe. Subai was just normal, using one hand, playfully dodging Broly's attack. Caulifla, on the other hand, hugged Kale, trying to wake her up. Kal, wake up! But, Kale suffered a severe blow, how could he just wake up like this? Okay, Caulifla. Subai teased Broly while talking to Caulifla. Since everything has reached this level, you should use your whole cards. In this way, you can play a game to your heart's content. Caulifla. Ugh. Caulifla was a little embarrassed, scratched her head, and looked at Bai. Master Subai found out. It's not difficult. Subai remained calm. Okay. Caulifla took out 2 earrings from her pocket. I remember that in the temple, it is recorded that 1 earring is for the left ear and 1 earring is for the right ear, is it? These 2 earrings are the Patara earrings. That's right, let's fit together. Subai punched Broly and sent him flying. Afterwards, he stopped, and looked at Caulifla with some expectation. These 2 people now are different from those in the original book. In the original book, 2 people fit together, and their individual strength is not as good as Chao Hong. And now, both of them are old enough to reach the Super Blue level. Plus, the sisterhood of these 2. Now, when they are combined, they are absolutely no different from Super Blue Vegito. At most, that is, slightly weaker. Okay, this fits well. Caulifla nodded at Subai. Then, began to wear the earrings to the unconscious Kale. On the seat of gods of destruction. Ah! Combo was dumbfounded. This Caulifla, where did you steal the earrings? The 6th Universe's Supreme Kai scratched his head at this point. Eh? I said my earrings are gone, so it was stolen by this girl? Master Fuwa, next time you have to be careful with your Patara. Vados reminded from the side. Ah, haha, I'm sorry. The Supreme Kai of the 6th Universe, also known as Fuwa, quickly apologized with a dry smile. In the arena. Buzz. Earrings fit. Caulifla and Kale instantly became Kefla. This Kefla, like the original book, has green hair. And, not losing my mind. Oh! Kefla, who had successfully merged, was fully awake. The power after merging is indeed very powerful. I stole Patara secretly. After Caulifla saw the fit in the temple, she kept remembering it. This time for the Tournament of Power, she also found an opportunity to secretly steal Supreme Kai Fuwa's earrings. This mighty power. Kefla tries to throw a punch. Boom. In the distance, the wall is smashed. The power of a random punch smashed a corner of the arena from the air. Roar. At this moment, Broly rushed over directly. I leave it to you. Subai jumped a few steps back. His meaning is obvious, he doesn't want to make a move. In this battle, it still depends on your own hands. Okay, I got it. 680 Kefla took a deep breath. You idiot, Come on. The second round has begun, and now I am different. On the seat of gods of destruction. Ah! Grand Priest Lord! Beerus yelled angrily. They use Patara. Patara. This time, it's not my own strength, is it? They broke the rules. Oh! Grand Priest also nodded. It is indeed a violation of the rules to use the combination of props. Then. The Grand Priest was about to pronounce his sentence. Eh? This is great! Zeno exclaimed in surprise. This combination is fun. Grand Priest. Beerus. It's a meal for two. Wait a minute, Grand Priest, you said it was a violation, is this considered a violation? The two Zeno looked at Grand Priest in puzzlement. Seeing Zeno so happy, Grand Priest hesitated. Master Zeno, do you like to watch? Yeah. The two Zeno nodded together. Since this is the case, it is not considered a violation. Grand Priest said lightly. Chapter 109. Since this is the case, it is not considered a violation. Grand Priest said lightly. Beerus. Well, Zeno has no problem, and neither do I. Beerus even shrank his neck in fear. As for Kampa, he laughed out loud. Master Zeno has no opinion. I see who dares to comment now. Kampa looked at Vermit proudly, and Vermit quickly shrank his neck. Say you have no opinion. Just kidding, Zeno has already spoken, who dares to have an opinion? In the arena. Kevlar transformed into a green-haired KSI, firmly suppressing Broly. Roar! Broly yelled angrily. He seemed very displeased with Kefla in front of him. 18. Facing two super blue fusions, the current Broly is still not as good. Goodbye, big fool! Kevlar exploded and kicked it down. Clean and neat. Kefla knocks out Broly. On the seat of gods of destruction. Ah! The palace people were dumbfounded. His son, his invincible son. Lost like that. Broly, how could he lose? He's not bad. Beerus sighed. Although Broly lost, Beerus didn't blame anything, instead, he looked at Broly with appreciation. He felt that this idiot might be a candidate for the 7th universe's gods of destruction. Strong enough. Destructive enough. Broly's figure appeared in the auditorium. Boy, well played. Beerus walked over, trying to pat Broly on the shoulder. Wow! As for Broly, it seemed that he hadn't realized that he was eliminated. Or he doesn't know what a ring is, and he doesn't know what elimination is. In short, even under the ring, it doesn't affect him from going crazy. Broly grabbed Beerus' arm directly. As if to say, do you dare to pat me on the shoulder? Over the shoulder. Broly was just about to throw Beerus unconscious. Boy, it's okay to be aggressive, but I hate impolite guys. Beerus just stretched out his other hand lightly, and pressed it on Broly's shoulder. Silently, Beerus didn't seem to use much strength. With one click, Broly was pinned down. In an instant, Broly was no longer mad. Frisia sits aside, shrinking Vias. Gods of destruction Beerus, it sure is scary. What my father said is indeed correct, Majin Buu and Beerus cannot be offended. On the ring, Subai nodded. Very well, Kefla, you win. Hearing Subai's praise, Kefla felt happy. Thank you Master Subai for your compliment. Wait a minute. Subai signaled Kefla not to worry. Okay. Kefla was immediately obedient and stood on the spot. Let me help you. With a wave of his hand, Subai used his divine power to transmit it to Kefla's body. Hi! Kefla was stunned at first. Afterwards, Waiting found that the energy in his body was constantly recovering. And she obviously found that the time of her combined existence seems to have increased. So amazing! Master Subai's divine power is too strong. At this moment, Zeno's sighed. Look, look! Appeared. Future Zeno waved excitedly. The second divine power of the Grand Priest. Both Zeno and Grand Priest were taken aback, unable to understand what it meant. The second power of the Grand Priest. Can this person still have two divine powers? Gods of Destruction was also taken aback. This Subai actually regains his stamina. How can this supernatural power do anything? Are you more skilled than Angel? They didn't know that Yunbai also used divine power to prolong Kefla's transformation time. If you let them know, I'm afraid it will be even more shocking. In the arena. How do you feel? Subai withdrew his divine power. I feel like I can fight for another year. Kefla said excitedly. This is not a lie, before she felt that her power was very turbulent. Although it is strong, it seems like it will disperse at any time. Now, the two energies in the body are completely integrated into one, and I don't know how much stronger than before. The combined time was extended by Subai. Very good, if you think you can fight, that's fine. Subai nodded. What he wants is this effect, after that, he still has things to do for Kefla. Let's go and find Son Goku and the others. You should feel it. Their breath. Yes. I can feel it. Kefla nodded. Although they fit together, her perception of chi has not disappeared. Go, let's go. Yes. The two of them speeded up one by one, and they rushed towards Son Goku. This is the last battle group. The last battle on the ring. Son Goku watched Vegeta and Jiren fight while recovering his strength. The battle between the two has reached a fever pitch. Let no one let anyone. Bang 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 bang. The two punched again. Huge energy erupted at the place where the two fist bumped. At this time, Kefla arrives. A Qigong cannon. Boom. Blow up two people directly. Who? Vegeta and Jiren looked at the person who was coming. Son Goku looked in that direction too. Are they here? Chapter 110. Really? Kefla was walking ahead, while Subai followed slowly behind. Subai. And. Vegeta looked at the person and was taken aback. Who is Saiyan next to Subai? Son Goku was also taken aback, but he soon found Kefla's earrings. The terrifying aura erupted before the reunion. At the same time, he also felt that the other party's breath was very familiar. Feels like kale and cauliflower. So, the answer is self-evident. It turned out to be a fit. Son Goku's expression was dignified. He knew that both kale and cauliflower were comparable to ordinary kaolin. Such a powerful combination of two people, I am afraid it will be so strong that it is outrageous. As for Jiren, he nodded slightly, as a greeting to Subai. He is not a stupid person, knowing the current situation, he can't talk nonsense. Regarding this, Subai just glanced at Kefla. Go, Kefla, and beat them all down. Yes. Kefla also understands her mission, she wants to complete the final clearance. Swish. The 197 Fula didn't hesitate, and rushed to Vegeta and Jiren directly. Oops. The expressions of the two of them changed at this moment. If they were at full strength, they wouldn't panic so much. But now, both of them are somewhat exhausted, facing the berserker who suddenly charged. How could they resist? Swish. In an instant, Kefla grabbed Jiren with one hand and Vegeta with the other. The two of them also thought about resisting, but under the huge power of Kefla, it was completely useless. Vegeta. Son Goku panicked. In the arena, the expressions of Beerus and Vermit who watched the battle also changed drastically. Oh no! Our players. Especially Vermit, Jiren is not only the trump card of their universe, but also the last player of their universe. If Jiren is eliminated again, it will really be over. Jiren, come on! Vermit couldn't help shouting. Goku! Hurry up and save Vegeta! You idiot! Beerus couldn't sit still anymore. If you don't do something, Vegeta will, be eliminated. If you are eliminated, the 7th universe will be gone. Dad, come on! Son Gohan also shouted from the side. Hi! Beerus looked at Son Gohan strangely. As if to say, when did you fall? Ahem! Son Gohan and Piccolo coughed a few times in embarrassment. They're not going to say that they were blown away by the aftermath of Jiren and Vegeta's fight. Terrible, these two people. In the arena. Damn it! Son Goku was furious. He also knew that there were only two of them left in the 7th universe. Can no longer be eliminated. I am coming. Facing the powerful combined Kevlar, Son Goku didn't hesitate, and went all out to transform into a state of free and extreme intention. Whoosh! Straight to Kefla. Subai just stood aside, looking like he was watching a good show. On the other hand, Kfula is grabbing the two of them, and is about to throw them off the stage with force. Bang 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 bang! Jiren and Vegeta's offense never stops. Been bombarding Kefla with gas bombs all the time. However, Kefla's body seems to have inherited Chuan Xiao's toughness. These air bombs hit her body, it has no effect at all. Goodbye, both of you. Kefla grabbed the two of them and threw them down hard. At this critical moment, Son Goku directly used instant transmission and appeared behind Vegeta. Whoosh! Grab Vegeta, Son Goku an instant transmission, then disappeared. As for Jiren, because of the air ban, coupled with the huge power of Kefla, he couldn't resist at all, and was thrown down directly. No! Jiren! Vermit screamed out. 43. 11 Universe, gone. Jiren, the last player in 11 Universe, has been eliminated. Grand Priest announced coldly. Then, 11 Universe, erase. Hi! Both Xeno raised their hands together. Buzz! White energy descends, all members of 11 Universe disappear. At this moment, on the ring, there are only the 6th Universe and the 7th Universe. As for the contestants, there are only Subai, Kefla, Son Goku and Vegeta left. Whoosh! Using instant transmission, Son Goku appeared directly behind Subai. Hi! Son Goku took Vegeta and greeted Subai. Subai nodded, but didn't move, just stood where he was. Whoosh whoosh whoosh! Kefla is approaching in a flash at an extremely fast speed. Let go of your stinky hand, Kakarot. Vegeta is about to explode. Who needs him to save? This bastard Kakarot. Ah, I'm sorry, Vegeta. Son Goku scratched his head and let go of Vegeta hastily. Subai. These two people are really enough. When Vegeta wanted to say something more. Swish. Kefla has already flashed and rushed over. Too fast. Son Goku and Vegeta only had time to sigh with emotion, and Kefla grabbed one of them. It has the defense of Chuanchao and the speed of ordinary Saiyan. The strength of Kevlar makes people desperate. On the seat of gods of destruction. Damn it! I'm losing. Beerus was fuming. Lord Beerus, calm down. Xin comforted Beerus. Looking at Supreme Kai Xin, an idea suddenly flashed in Beerus' mind. Bring you. Swipe. Supreme Kai didn't even have time to react. Beerus snatched his Potara earrings. Son Goku, Vegeta, you fit too. Beerus grabbed the earring and threw it over. Since the 6th universe can be combined, then we can also be combined. And at this time, Son Goku and Vegeta just talked about Kefla's imprisonment. Chapter 111. Swish. The two caught the Potara earrings firmly. This is. Vegeta looked at the earring in his hand, he was no stranger to it. He used it against Majin Buu. Potara by Supreme Kai. Whoosh. At this time, Kefla fired a long-range gas bomb, directly blasting at the two of them. Whoosh. Son Goku and Vegeta quickly dodged. Hey! Vegeta, let's fit together. Son Goku looked at the Potara in his hand and understood what Beerus meant. This Kevlar, our incompatibility is not her alignment at all. Are you kidding? Vegeta glared at Son Goku. Stop it! How can I fuse with that bastard Kakarot? It's not just a Saiyan, I'm enough alone. Vegeta gritted his teeth. It's time for us in Sharda, and it's not like we haven't won. These two people are nothing. Even if we were lucky enough to defeat Kefla, what about Subai? Son Goku glared at Vegeta. Then, he glanced at the stone pillar again. The time is coming to an end. The universe of the loser will be erased directly. With the two of us, it is impossible to defeat Subai. You know it well. Chi. Vegeta's momentum weakened. You're thinking of Bulma, and your daughter. Son Goku dodged another blow. Isn't your daughter just born? Don't you want her to be erased directly? Erased and gone. Vegeta gets angry when the bastard thinks of bra. Still the same as before, wear it on the left ear. Well, I wear the right ear. Son Goku beamed with joy. Chi, just this time. Vegeta put the earring on his left ear. Son Goku also wears the earring on his right ear. In an instant, white light erupted from the two of them. converging in the same direction. On the other side, Subai signaled Kefla to stop. Yes. Kefla stopped immediately. Although she was obedient, she was still somewhat puzzled. Why not take the opportunity to eliminate the seventh universe? Subai seemed to understand Kefla's doubts, but said indifferently. Conquering the whole universe, how can there be no sense of ceremony? On the seat of gods of destruction. Good. Ha ha ha, Son Goku and Vegeta are combined. Beerus waved excitedly. Dad, Uncle Vegeta. Son Gohan also had bright eyes. That guy, Vegeto, is coming out again. Piccolo nodded. Vegeto, it can give them a lot of security. As for Kampa, she is scratching her head in displeasure. Why? Why does this have to happen? Just push it down, okay. On Zeno's side, the two Zenos are also amazing. Wow! It's a combination again, good teacher. In the arena. Boom! Huge energy burst out. Ah! Kefla was pushed back by the huge aura. So strong! Kefla was stunned by this aura. Normal, the two of them are stronger than the two of you. Subai didn't respond. After they are combined, they will naturally be stronger than you. Kefla. Master Subai really is. How can you grow others' aspirations and destroy your own prestige? Well. At this time, Vegeto came in front of the two of them. Come on, we're in the second round now. Boom. In an instant, Vegeto was furious. Transformed directly into Ultra Blue. Damn it, Chao Lan. Kefla felt so oppressed that she felt bad all over. However, I will not admit defeat. Boom. Kefla is also a rage, and the green light around her is soaring. It's just that although the words are very good, the breath gap with Vegeto is still quite a lot after all. Whoosh! Vegeto and Kefla disappeared at the same time. Bang 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 bang! The battle between the two unfolded at a speed invisible to the naked eye. Subai just stood there, still not showing any intention of making a move. Boom! Suddenly, with a knee bump, Vegeto kicked Kefla unconscious. You are very strong, but compared to me now, you are still a little weaker. Vegeto carried the fainted Kefla, then threw Kefla down with a flick of his hand. At this time, only Vegeto and Subai were left in the ring. On the seat of gods of destruction. Good fight. Vegeto, right. Beerus' eyes lit up. Maybe, these two people really have hope to defeat Subai. He can feel Vegeto's energy, Sui Chang. In terms of energy alone, it surpasses him by a lot. Not to mention, both Son Goku and Vegeta are masters. The current Vegeto is absolutely terrifyingly strong. Maybe there is a real chance to win. Whis also whispered beside him. Damn it! Kampa's complexion was not so good. Clearly a sure win. How did it turn into this scene now? Before Kampa said anything, Subai in the ring did another thing that surprised him. In the arena. You consume a lot of energy, don't you? Subai looked at Vegeto. Both are imperfect fits, so your strength is not at its peak. What's wrong? Vegeto was taken aback. Whoosh! With a wave of Subai's hand, a string of healing power poured directly into Veget's body. Vegeto's stamina is fully restored. Have a good fight with me and use all your strength. Subai put his hands behind his back. Let me see, under the gods, how well the first person's full strength penetrates. Oh? Then, I will definitely surprise you. Vegeto put on a fighting pose. My strength may exceed your imagination. At this moment, only the two of them are left in the arena. One, Subai from the 6th universe. Another, Vegeto from the 7th universe. Chapter 112. Ah! Kampa screamed directly. Why? Exactly why? Subai will take the initiative to restore Veget's strength. Wouldn't it be nice to just take advantage of Vegeto's incomplete strength and let him be eliminated? This is the pattern, Lord Kampa. Vados shook his head. For Master Subai, the outcome of the Tournament of Power may not be important to him. What he cares about is whether there is anyone who can have a good fight with him. Kampa. Are you crazy? Lost your life, just for the battle? Return the pattern? Stop it. Anyway, I am an ordinary person, if it were me, I would definitely eliminate the opponent first. I regret my life. I don't want to be wiped out. 9:20. In the arena. Don't worry. Subai waved his hand, signaling Vegeto not to make a move. Oh? Are you scared? Vegeto glanced at Subai arrogantly. I regret it now, but it's too late. I've been healed by you, my energy is full. No, I said it, this last battle must have a sense of ceremony. Subai waved again. Buzz. Powerful divine power covers Vegeto again. Hi. Vegeto moaned softly. I used my divine power to prolong your fusion time. Subai glanced at Veget lightly. So, you can act unscrupulously next. Subai remembers that when Gaku was blacked out, Ultra Blue Vegeto transformed. Because the energy was too huge, it disintegrated before it could make a move. He didn't want this kind of thing to happen to him. He's going to have a good fight with Vegeto. Vegeto will never be allowed to disintegrate suddenly. Chi, you really put in so much effort for this battle. Vegeto glanced at Subai. Don't let me down, it's fine. Subai remained calm. Humph. Vegeto looked at Subai confidently. I'll be the last one to win. Boom. Subai did not say much, and directly transformed into Kaelin. The huge power of God shocked the audience. On the seat of gods of destruction. Sure enough, he became stronger again. Veto's expression changed slightly. She can see it. Subai's current super blue transformation is much stronger than when we first met. The me now may not be the opponent of Subai Kaelin. Veto's has complicated expressions. Subai is a human being, what a monster. As if there is no limit, it keeps getting stronger. Terrible. The two Xeno's eyes widened too. As if looking forward to it, the match between Subai and Vegeto. The Grand Priest also looked sideways. It seems that the super angel level energy that appeared in the 6th universe before is Subai. Such a powerful power of God. In the arena. Why are you so strong? Vegeto was shocked. He found that Subai's super blue has surpassed him. You know, he is a fit person. In the same form, Vegeto has never lost to anyone. What? Don't you dare to attack. Subai looked at Vegeto. Chi. Vegeto pouted. Are you kidding me, would I not dare to attack? Swish. Vegeto started straight away and rushed towards Subai. Boom. Subai just stretched out one hand and easily caught Vegeto's attack. It's just this kind of power that makes me so disappointed. Subai shook Veget's fist and shook it. Swish. Vegeto was thrown out immediately. Gods of Destruction seat. Piccolo, Son Gohan, including Kling and others, are all dumbfounded. They know that Subai is amazing, but they don't know that Subai is so amazing. That's Vegeto. Even in the face of Gohan Bu, an existence that can be easily defeated. That is synonymous with invincibility. But even so, when both of them are super blue, Vegeto actually lost to Subai. What are you kidding? This is so fake. This guy is a monster. Kellen couldn't help complaining. Papa and Uncle Vegeta, can you really win? Son Gohan was also the first time. I have a little doubt about Vegeto. Facing such a powerful opponent, can you still win? Damn it, why is Subai so powerful? Beerus also clenched his fists. Good. At this time, Kampa was the only one who shouted. Haha, Subai is still stable. Seeing Subai make a move, I am happy. You say so, Beerus. Beerus. I'm happy, what about you? Get the hell out of me now. Our king is indeed the strongest. Caulifla yelled at this moment. After getting off the ring, she and Kyle broke up. Kyra also stood behind, silently cheering for Subai. After the disintegration, she was still in a coma. However, Vados soon healed her. In the arena, Vegeto stood up from the 2.9 pile of rocks in a bit of a panic. That's amazing, Subai. It's the first time for me to lose to a person in a transformation of the same level. Since you think you can't beat it, then get serious. Subai looked at Vegeto with an old and indifferent expression. It's just this kind of power that makes me more or less disappointed. You know, I am looking forward to fighting with you. Vegeto snorted coldly and stood up again. Very well, let's take a look. My ego craves. Boom. Huge energy erupted from Vegeto. Self intentionally transformed into the main power, and Vegeto's power itself is so powerful that it is exaggerated. Under the superimposition of the two phases, the burst of energy caused everyone present to look sideways at it. Chapter 113. Current Vegeto, maybe even surpassed Angel. Beerus pondered. Was silent, he didn't say much. Because, after Vegeto used his self-intention, his power was really terrifying. The seventh universe is also full of monsters. Kampa couldn't help complaining. There are human beings who surpassed Angel one after another. Grand Priest was very emotional. Wow! Purple hair, so handsome! Zeno clapped his hands excitedly. Vegeto's ultimate self-transformation is much more handsome than Vegeta's. Vegeta is a bit fierce, but Vegeto is so handsome. I've seen more handsome ones. At this time, future Zeno said mysteriously to Zeno. More handsome. Zeno was shocked. Can it be more handsome? Hey, Subai has a triple transformation. Future Zeno said softly. Wow! Triple! Zeno covered his mouth with his hands excitedly. So amazing! Really amazing! I really want to see it. I really want to see it. 31. In the arena. Is this power enough? Vegeto looked at Subai calmly. Come and try. Subai signaled Vegeto to attack at will. Here we come. Vegeto stopped talking. Whoosh! Disappeared directly in place. Boom! One punch, straight to Bai. Boom! Subai caught it with his palm again, only this time, a huge energy exploded from his palm. It's so heavy that my hands feel a little numb. Although Subai seems like an understatement. But the ground under his feet suddenly cracked open. Even the terrain not far away, the walls, and the small rocks were all shattered. The energy unloaded by Subai is already so terrifying. Really? Vegeto looked at Subai who was punching behind him, and smiled. I was just a tentative blow, I haven't used any force yet. Speaking of which, Vegeto's fist is 10,000. Boom! A huge impact came and directly sent Subai flying. At the same time, the residual power of this punch exploded directly. Behind Subai, that is the seat of the gods. Boom! The wall in front of Beerus exploded from the air. Beerus? What are you kidding? Is the prestige of these two people fighting so strong? As for Clint and others beside Beerus, the weaker earthlings are all scared and confused. Why, the Grand Priest building is so weak. Ahem. Grand Priest also coughed a few times in embarrassment. Then, with a wave of his hand, the damaged seat was repaired. He didn't expect that there would be such a strong person competing. At such a distance, the guardrail he built could be broken. It's outrageous. As for the sixth universe, although it was not affected by the battle, everyone is serious. Because, now Subai is at a disadvantage. Will you lose? Kampa was a little worried. He never thought that Vegeto was so strong. In terms of combat power alone, it surpasses Angel. Too fake. Should be fine. Vados pondered for a moment. Look at Mr. Subai, he still has a teasing mentality, isn't it a warm-up for him? But this is a group arena. Kampa sighed. If you are not careful, you may be beaten down. In case Subai is careless. No chance. Caulifla glared at Kampa at this moment. Damn it! How dare you despise our king? Master Subai, how could he lose? Kampa. Kampa took a glance and found that although everyone was a little worried, they were still very confident in Subai. Even the Vados. In this regard, Kampa can only shrink his neck and stop complaining about Subai. Well, I will not refute you. This group of protectors can't be offended, can't be offended. Zeno over there. Woohoo! Zeno stood up, imitating Vegeto, punch after punch, and hit future Quanta. In the future, Zeno will learn from Subai, one hand after another, and block all Zeno's attacks with one palm. Hey hey! The two of them had a great time. In the arena. Bang 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 bang! Vegeto chased after Subai, and punched Subai hard. What? Subai, you didn't fight back? It's not like you. Subai slapped Vegeto's fist away again. Your strength is quite strong, so it's worth taking 3 points seriously. Then come on. Vegeto didn't feel that Subai was talking big. Because he knows very well that Subai has absolutely mastered the ultimate intention of freedom and ultimate intention of self. Although he has never seen Subai transform. But, according to the records in the temple, he can be sure. Subai definitely will. People who don't know how to write can't write in such detail. 543 You are right, if it is only this level of strength, it is indeed not your opponent. Subai pondered for a while. Vegeto, under his self-consciousness, has too much power over his super blue. 6. Vegeto punched him, Subai blocked it with one hand, and then smiled at him. Are you ready? Boom. From Subai's body, purple arrogance radiates out. Selfishness. Coming. Vegeto shuddered. Afterwards, he felt a huge force coming from the fist that was originally held by Subai. Not good. Vegeto's expression changed. Just wanted to break free. Whoosh. Subai shook his hand, and directly threw Vegeto flying. Then, Subai stretched out one hand and aimed at Vegeto, who was knocked into the air. Boom. As soon as Subai's aura rose, the purple arrogance all over his body soared, even covering his whole body. Blue hair, also turned into purple. Self-consciousness, this is completely completed. Destroy. Subai directly formed a purple energy ball in the palm of his hand. Whoosh. The energy ball didn't stop, and flew directly towards Vegeto, who was knocked into the air. Chapter 114. Appeared. Future Zeno danced excitedly. Another me, look. This is the first transformation of the Grand Priest. He can add 2 more weights. Wow! Zeno opened his mouth in surprise. And the people from the 6th universe and the 7th universe were all shocked when they heard it. Self-intentional transformation is only the first step. Before, although they also heard what Zeno said, what triple transformation. But they also just think it's Kaioken plus Super Blue or something. After all, they have seen it too, Ultra Blue plus Kaioken, Son Goku have used it. So when I heard the triple transformation, I didn't pay much attention to it. But now it seems that it doesn't mean that. The skill of God, such as self-intention, is only the first stage. Is the second level the extreme will of freedom? What is the third weight? It can be compared with these 2 transformations, and it is estimated to be a very strong transformation, at least not too much difference. Then, if you calculate it like this, if you add up the 3 stacks, wouldn't you be directly invincible? When everyone was surprised, only Vados and Kampa had serious expressions. Because both of them know that Subai can superimpose the so-called Super 4. Vados still remembers how scary it was after the Super Quad stacked up. Pressing her directly is a beating. Terrible. They have never seen Super 5 before, so they will take it for granted that Subai's 3rd stack is Super 4. Subai is really, really scary. Vados couldn't help but sigh with emotion. As for the 7th universe, Klin couldn't even speak easily. Vegeto, he won't die, right? He saw with his own eyes that Vegeto was thrown out, and then Subai was devastated. That's Subai's destruction. No. Piccolo shook his head and said firmly. Trust Vegeto. He won't be easily defeated. Kreen. You're not sure whether Vegeto is alive or dead, are you? You are simply thinking that Vegeto will not be easily killed, right? However, Kellen also took a deep breath. He also felt that Vegeto would not be defeated so easily. In the arena. Come out. Subai stood on the pile, looking at a stone pile in the distance. You don't want to hide and attack me, do you? Will Vegeto be defeated so easily? Obviously impossible. Boom. As Subai's voice fell, Vegeto rushed over with purple arrogance all over his body. Ah! Vegeto clenched his fist with one hand, wanting to hit 100. Well done. Subai didn't give up either. Directly facing Vegeto, it's also a punch. Boom. The fists of the two collided together, and violent purple flames rose around. Boom. Super strong energy remaining prestige, rushing directly to the surrounding area of the ring. Whoosh whoosh. Layers of energy fluctuations visible to the naked eye spread out from the center of the two. Boom. In the unbelievable eyes of everyone, the entire arena, because they couldn't bear Neville who fought against each other. Explode directly. The arena is gone. Grand Priest people are stupid. What are you kidding? Yuanran exploded the arena I built? Can this group of humans do this? The scattered fragments of the ring rushed towards Beerus and Kampa. Both of them opened their eyes wide and opened their mouths as wide as they could. Even, the fragments of the arena were blown directly into their mouths, and they didn't respond. Because, they were so shocked. That's the arena built by the Grand Priest. Breaking one or two pieces is fine, but this is broken directly, what the hell is that? Boom! Just when the two were shocked, Vegeto's figure flew over directly. Boom! Hit the seat hard. Subai also stepped on the fragments of the ring, and rushed over quickly. Since the arena is forbidden, Subai doesn't want to be exposed yet. Naturally, it will not fly directly there. After walking to the seat, Subai looked at Tian Shenji. What is this? Who loses and who wins? The Grand Priest fell silent. When he built this arena, it was built according to the strength of gods of destruction. Logically speaking, fighting for humans is completely fine. Whoever thought? It exploded. He didn't know how to judge the outcome now. Or, keep fighting. Looking at the silent Grand Priest, Subai knew, and he didn't know what to do. So, Subai proposed directly. Anyway, only me and him are left in the end, I win, and the 6th universe wins. He wins, the 7th universe wins, why not loose all the rules, let me have a good fight with him. At this time, Vegeto got up from his seat in a bit of a panic. Ahem, Master Grand Priest, I also agree with this fighting style. Please let Subai and I have a hearty battle. As a fighting nation, Vegeto, like Subai, yearns for a powerful opponent. The Grand Priest pondered for a moment, then glanced at Zeno. It's wonderful. Yes, it's really beautiful, but it's a pity that the ring is broken. Unfortunately, no chance to see the triple transformation of the Grand Priest. Hey, I want to watch it, my wife will watch it. To Zeno chattering. Grand Priest was stunned, and then looked at Subai and Vegeto. Then, let the two contestants take their seats again. This time, I will, okay, cancel the anti-air technique, and you will fight in the air. Eh? Is there no ring? Vegeto scratched his head. No. Grand Priest replied decisively. He didn't want to build a ring because he was afraid of being beaten again. Although he can build a tougher ring, but what if it gets blown up again? Wouldn't it be a shame to throw it home? So, in order to avoid embarrassment, it is better not to build it. Subai, Vegeto, please come back to the middle, the final match begins. While talking, Grand Priest focused on Subai. In fact, offers to continue the fight, for reasons other than Zeno's anticipation. That is, he himself is looking forward to it. He really wanted to see what kind of boat this Subai's triple transformation was. What kind of power does this Subai have when he falls to the ground? He wants to see Subai at his best. Chapter 115. Subai and Vegeto flew into the air at the same time and arrived at the place where the ring was originally held. Come on! Subai, you must not lose! Kampa couldn't help shouting encouragement. Come on! Caulifla and the others also encouraged. In this final battle, Subai represents their 6th universe. Gaku, Vegeta! You two, you can't lose! Beerus yelled at Vegeto. The final battle. 6th universe Subai vs. 7th universe Vegeto, it's just the beginning. There will be no time limit and no rules for this battle. Subai wins, the 6th universe wins. Vegeto wins, 7th universe wins. Ah! Vegeto yelled loudly, and the purple aura around him surged. Come on, Vegeto! Subai squeezed his fist, indicating that he was ready. Whoosh! As soon as Subai finished speaking, Vegeto directly pointed at Subai. Boom! Vegeto punches, Subai blocks. Vegeto kicks, Subai blocks again. Subai counterattacked, a 770 head hammer, and Vegeto used instant transmission. Whoosh! Appeared directly behind Subai. Kamehameha! Vegeto pointed at Subai's back, a Kamehameha. Boom! As soon as the energy was released, Subai turned around and kicked him into the air. Don't try to sneak up on me! Subai laughed and got close to him, fighting with Vegeto again. Bang 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 bang. The legs and feet of the two joined together, and huge energy fluctuations came continuously. The surrounding auditorium also started to shatter. It seems that it is about to collapse directly like a ring. Ahem. Grand Priest coughed slightly in embarrassment. Then, with a light wave of his hand, the auditorium was repaired. It's so embarrassing, my Grand Priest, the things I built were broken one after another. Vados gave one to Grand Priest, I know your look. She was in the same mood when she held the Gods of Destruction selection contest. I'm afraid that those people will destroy the arena I built. Seeing the completely restored seats, both Beerus and Kampa breathed a sigh of relief. No way, if this level of battle affects them, it will be enough to destroy them. Even Gods of Destruction, they are afraid. Now, it's much safer to take the Grand Priest too. Whoosh! Vegeto punches Subai. Swish! This time, Subai didn't block, but leaned back slightly, avoiding the blow directly. At the same time, Subai's purple aura began to slowly evolve towards white. This is... Vegeto was surprised. He is very familiar with this thing, he will also, very comfortable. However, in order to pursue power, he chose to transform into self-extreme intention, instead of transforming into self-free extreme intention. Come on, transform yourself into ZZGE, let me see. Subai looked directly at Vegeto. I won't. How does this stuff stack up? Transformed into Ultra Instinct, can I use my instinct again? This. Is it too ridiculous? Oh. Subai was taken aback for a moment, as if he understood Vegeto's confusion. You want to say, don't you know it yet? Vegeto coughed lightly, admitting it. Then I'll teach you. Subai said flatly. On the seat of Gods of Destruction. Hey, DBFJ. Kampa couldn't sit still. Are you kidding me? How can I improve the combat effectiveness of the opponent in front of the battle? Shut up you fat cat. Beerus plucked his ears. Subai is too cold at a high place, and wants to find a rival for himself, do you understand? Forget it, tell me, you fat cat who only knows how to sleep, you don't understand either. This is the pride of a master, you don't understand. You skinny idiot. Kampa glared at Beerus. Okay, both of you, please don't quarrel. Vados stopped it. Zeno, look back at that. Sorry. Beerus apologized with Kampa. Kaioken, will you always? Subai looked at Vegeto. Yes, I will. Vegeto searched Son Goku's memory, and quickly found it. Super Blue plus Kaioken, you will too. Subai nodded. It seems that it should not be difficult to teach. After all, Vegeto is two people. After searching again, Vegeto nodded. Although it's a little more complicated, I will. Son Goku will, of course he will. That's easy. Subai signaled Veget to take his time. You regard Super Blue as self-intention, and then you try to use Kaioken in the state of self-intention. Okay, I'll try. Vegeto took a deep breath. Boom. The purple aura is surrounded by iridescent auras. It worked. Vegeto was surprised and delighted. Yes, that's it. Subai signaled to continue. Then, you turn the Kaioken into an Ultra Instinct. It shouldn't be difficult for you, because you are two people. It's easy for you to use one mind and two tasks. Okay. Vegeto took a deep breath, and he tried his best to calm down his heart. The purple breath is also slowly dissipating. Coming. Subai sensed it, and looked at Vegeto seriously. Boom. The purple hair hasn't changed, it's just... What rose up this time was no longer purple flames, but white. Vegeto's pupils also turned white. I succeeded. Vegeto was a little surprised. He only felt that there were two kinds of energy running around in his body now. And my flexibility and dodging skills have been improved many times. Sure enough, it's very easy for you to do this. Subai chuckled lightly. It took me a long time to do this. Then, go ahead. Boom. Subai is also the same as Vegeto, with purple hair and white arrogance. Chapter 116. Now. Both of them are superimposed with self-consciousness and self-consciousness. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The two of them seemed to have turned into two shooting stars. Constantly colliding, constantly staggering. Boom. Another collision, and Veggie pulls away, straight a Kamehameha. Boom. The energy passes through Subai, but it's just an afterimage. Over there. Vegeto hurriedly turned around, but found no one. What happened? My perception can't be wrong. Why can't I see people? I believe you can be stronger. Subai's voice suddenly came from in front of Vegeto. Hi. Vegeto's expression changed. Who? Why can I only hear voices but not see people? Boom. Fist. Subai appeared in front of Vegeto and hit Veget hard in the stomach. Cough. Vegeto spit out a little embarrassed. Boom. With a kick, Subai kicked Veget out directly. You still need to improve. Subai put his hands behind his back and looked at Vegeto, who was knocked into the air indifferently. Your normal state is a level weaker than mine, if you can cultivate well. One more upgrade, then the gap between you and me should not be so big. On the seat of gods of destruction. Looking at the dominant Subai, Kampa was relieved. Call. So far so good. Subai still has the advantage. When Vegeto and Subai fought before, I thought they were on par. How? Vados shook his head. Subai's Super Blue is much stronger than Vegeto's Super Blue. This shows that under the same transformation, Yuanbei is stronger. Now it's all self-improvement, no matter what, it is definitely Subai who is stronger. Then what is Subai doing with him? Kampa was anxious again. Eliminate him directly, early elimination, early peace of mind. Cultivate it. Vados was silent for a moment. Probably, he saw the possibility of his opponent in Vegeto. That's why I want to teach and make Vegeto stronger. Indeed, the current Vegeto is not Subai's opponent, can he do that? Subai probably did this because he felt that life without an opponent would be too ordinary. This fighter. Kampa rolled his eyes. These Saiyans. Why do you only know how to fight every day? After Subai knocked Vegeto away with one move, Vegeto was furious. Boom. Stabilizing his figure again, Vegeto took a deep breath. You are really too strong, but I am not the only one. Ah! Vegeto's purple aura surged. The power of self-intention is unlimited, as long as the body can bear it, he can keep improving. So, he is pursuing the limit of his body. Oh! Forcibly increase the energy. Subai looked at Veget lightly, and he didn't panic at all. Because he obtained a body without side effects in the future universe. He can keep increasing his strength for as long as he wants. And, there is no limit at all. Yet. Vegeto burst out. Now, after some hard work, Vegeto has finally raised his aura to the level of Subai. B. Scars appeared on his body constantly, the old wounds had not yet healed, and new wounds had appeared. Obviously, Vegeto's body couldn't bear it when he raised his strength to the level of Subai. Vegeto's arms were trembling slightly, he felt that his strength might break him at any time. So, cannot help feeling. What kind of monster is Subai? I'm already so strong, but after raising my energy to the same level as his, my body can't bear it. That's why I said, you still need to practice. Subai looked at Veget lightly. Vegeto raised his head and looked at Subai in front of him. He felt that this person was like a ravine lying in front of him. No matter how hard you try, you can't catch up with him. I said, I won't give up so easily. Vegeto took a deep breath and put his hands on his waist. Look, my blow beyond the limit. Ultimate Kamehameha. Boom. Vegeto stretched out his hands, aimed at Subai, and exploded directly. This time Kamehameha, the burst of energy is purple. As for Subai, he just stretched out his right hand and put it in front of him. Boom. This purple Kamehameha was actually stopped by Subai with one hand. You have given me a lot of surprises. As expected of you, Vegeto, I never thought that you could persist to this extent. After saying this sentence, Subai grabbed his hand like a wolf. Boom. That purple Kamehameha just exploded. Puff. As for Vegeto in the distance, he staggered and spat out a mouthful of blood. Despair. Too strong. The man in front of him is simply terrifyingly powerful. No matter how much I improve, I can't hold back. Terrible. Vegeto knelt on the stone on one knee, and most of Purple's power was lost. Forcibly burst out the power beyond the limit, causing him a lot of damage. How can I defeat you? Vegito didn't care, and just looked at Subai with a complicated expression. Want to defeat me? I also want to know. Subai didn't make a move either, just sighed. I also want to meet an opponent, someone who can compete with me. I'm more eager to fight than you are. You are really too strong. Vegito said a little lonely. There's no other way. He's really, already raised to the limit. But... Rao, it still doesn't work. It seems that this is your limit. Subai just shook his head slightly. Gives me a little surprise, but not that much of a surprise. Okay, let's end this competition here. Subai raised his arm, and a mass of purple energy gathered in his hand. Destroy. The word 9 was spit out lightly. Chapter 117. 7th Universe's Bench. Is that the end? Beerus looked at the defeated Vegito. Our 7th universe, is this the only level? He knew that after Vegito lost, their universe would be wiped out. They will all die. Brother. Kampa turned to look at Beerus. This time, the two did not quarrel, but just glanced at each other. Chi. Finally, Beerus moved his head angrily. Dad. Uncle Vegeta. Son Gohan sat on the seat and couldn't help shouting. Veget, come on. Kellen and the others shouted with all their might. Vegito, you won't be hit by this destruction, will you? Frieza said. One for destruction. He was assassinated before, and he was carried over. August 27th. Vegito, support me too. Destruction. Subai threw the destruction at Vegetor. In Vegito's eyes, countless scenes flashed. Including all the people he guards on the earth. Vegeta's caring person, Son Goku's caring person. In short, everything flashed in his mind. Ah! Vegito suddenly roared, and Hyrie waved his hand to break up the damage that Subai's hung came over. Oh! Subai looked at Vegito in surprise. You know, his destruction is much stronger than that of gods of destruction. Even Angel can be easily destroyed. Unexpectedly, Vegito bounced away easily. I understand. Subai glanced at Son Gohan and others who were cheering. He looked at Vegito who exploded again. He got it. This is the treatment that all protagonists have in anime. Memories kill. Interesting, with memory killing, has the strength improved again? Seeing Vegito rushing towards him, Subai didn't panic either. Swish. Vegito smashed the damage with one punch, and hit Subai again with another punch. Buzz. It's just that this move went through the mouth again. He only hit the after-image of Subai again. Here. Vegito reacted instantly and kicked towards a void. Boom. Subai appeared and Chu blocked the blow. Sure enough, the energy has increased a lot. In this state, your strength and mine seem to be almost the same. After the memory kill, Vegito couldn't help being completely unharmed. Strength and speed are also improved a notch. At the same level, it is almost the same as Subai. Humph, our Saiyan has no limit. Vegito glanced at Subai proudly. It's really good. Subai grabbed Vegito's ankle. Swish. Just throw Vegito out. Whoosh. Instant transmission. In an instant, the thrown Vegito appeared behind Subai. One more kick. Vegito kicked Subai, but Subai dodged and disappeared in place. Swish. Subai appeared not far from Vegito, and stretched out his arms. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Countless air bombs flew out of his hands. Humph. Vegito also raised his hand, and countless air bombs also burst out. Boom. Boom. The roar of the two air bombs colliding is endless. Yet. Vegito suddenly withdrew his hand, facing the air bomb, and rushed towards Subai again. Swish. Another punch, still missed Subai. What's going on? Vegito was stunned. Why is this happening? Isn't the strength of the two people about the same? Why still can't hit him? On the seat of gods of destruction, Beerus' eyes widened. What's going on here? Isn't the energy almost the same? Did I feel wrong? Whis, please explain. In Beerus' perception, these two people are obviously almost the same. But when it comes to fighting, it seems that Subai has completely suppressed Vegeto. This made Beerus almost doubt his senses. No, Beerus is right. Whis pondered for a moment. In terms of energy alone, the strength of Mr. Subai and Mr. Vegeto is indeed the same. It's just Mr. Subai has long been accustomed to this level of power and can control it freely. And Mr. Vegeto, because it's the first time he broke through to this level. Both strength and speed have soared, so it will be a little bit difficult to control for a while. In layman's terms, Mr. Sajite hasn't had time to get familiar with the brand new emperor. After Whis' explanation, not only Beerus, but also Sun Gohan and others understood it. Damn! Doesn't that mean we have no chance of winning? Beerus was depressed. He thought that after Vegeto broke out, they would have a chance to win. Unexpectedly, the gap between the two is still so big. No, it's hard to say. Whis shook his head. Master Beerus, look carefully, although Subai has the upper hand, he didn't give Veget a fatal blow. Beerus looked carefully and found that it was true. Most of the time, Subai is blocking. Even if there is an occasional attack, just throw it out. No dead hands. Why is that? Beerus was a little puzzled. Subai, is he so kind to his enemies? Wrong. Kid Subai, how do you know what kindness is? 1.9 When you hit yourself, you can't find Bay. I'm afraid, Mr. Subai is training Vegeto. Whis realized something. Why did he train Vegeto? Beerus became more and more confused the more he heard it. Subai belongs to the 6th universe, it doesn't make sense to help them strengthen the 7th universe. Probably for the fun of fighting. Whis pondered. Because Mr. Vegeto has shown a strong fighting power, Bai Shengsheng may be happy to see Liexin. I think Vegeto-san can fight quite well with just a little practice. That's why I'm willing to give some pointers to see what Mr. Vegeto's potential is. Chi. Beerus nodded knowingly. Saiyan, all of this virtue, he understands. Chapter 118. Damn it! Kampa obviously heard Whis' explanation. It's been up to now, Subai is still thinking about this. The Saiyan nation is hopeless. Kampa is going crazy. It was obvious that the victory was within grasp before, but now it is necessary to increase the strength of the opponent. Isn't this funny? Saiyan, is fighting that important? In the battle between Subai and Vegeto. Plus V6%. Subai knocked Veget out again. Haven't you gotten used to it yet? Subai looked at Vegeto who was knocked into the air. Normally, after a person has adapted to his own strength, he can at least exert 100% of his strength. It even said, 120%. That's even higher. But Vegeto can only exert about 80 strengths. Subai couldn't help being disappointed. For a fighter of their level, the strength of 10% will be much different, not to mention the gap between 80% and 120%. It was so big that Subai couldn't cheer up. Vegeto stood up from a distance in embarrassment again. He also knows that Subai has been playing around all the time, just wanting him to fully mobilize. But such a huge power, he can't control it for a while. Forget it. Subai sighed. Maybe I expect too much from you, you should exercise hard and fight again later. These words stunned Vegeto, Beerus, and Kampa. Of course, there are also options such as Angel and Kellen. Call again next time? Then there is next time. If I lose this time, Xeno will be wiped immediately. Cultivate hard, you are already qualified to fight me. Subai suddenly increased his speed. Whoosh! Disappeared on the field. Who is that? Vegeto was shocked, he couldn't see Subai. Can't see it at all. On the seat of the gods of destruction. Whis, did you see that? The corners of Beerus' eyes twitched violently. He can't even see it. It's that kind, completely, without a trace. Ahem. Whis coughed in embarrassment. Although he didn't speak, the embarrassment on his face was self-evident. He didn't see clearly either. Beerus, including Kellen and others, gasped. Even Angel can't see clearly, is this Subai's full strength? Too exaggerated. Vados, do you see clearly? Kampa glanced at Vados. Vados looked into the distance without answering. Chi. Kampa pouted. The answer was obvious, and Vados couldn't see it. This guy, to what extent does he want to become stronger, group willing? Having said that, Kampa sneaked a glance at Grand Priest. It was found that Grand Priest's eyeballs kept moving, as if following some object. Kampa understands that Grand Priest can see Subai. Yeah, it's too fast, I can't see it. The two Xeno scratched their heads together. It seemed, not to be seen, very nerve-wracking. Ah, that's it. Grand Priest quickly took out the iPad. Using this magical iPad, Master Xeno can slow down. Okay, Grand Priest. Both Xeno were happy now. Swish. Subai appeared behind Vegeto. At this time, Vegeto is still looking around. Where is Subai? Why can't I see it? The moment Subai appeared, he was naturally seen by everyone. Son Gohan and others spoke, just about to remind Vegeto Suyu is behind you. This moment. Before Son Gohan and the others had time to speak, Subai stretched out his right hand and pressed it on Vegeto's right shoulder. Boom! In an instant, Vegeto immediately lost the ability to resist. He was pinned to the ground. Vegeto wanted to break free violently, but found that he couldn't use the strength at all. I'll show you one last fun thing. Subai's expression was unusually flat. This is also the only way I can think of to make you stronger quickly. Boom! Subai's purple arrogance is mixed with iridescent arrogance. Kaioken! Son Gohan and others were dumbfounded. What's the situation? How could he use his self-intention while using his self-intention, and then use Kaioken? Can it be stacked like this? I am stupid. Using the three powers together is a little more difficult than using the ultimate will of self and the ultimate will of freedom at the same time. Subai continued talking to Vegeto. One mind and three functions, even if you are a fit person, you still need to exercise. I told you how to use it, I hope that next time you fight, you can also succeed in cultivation. Vegeto was speechless for a while. Triple Force Plus. What a joke. Is that what a normal person can do? It's impossible to use one mind and three things at all, right? Okay, let's end like this. Subo flashed away. Vegeto just felt that there was no great force on his back to suppress it. The next moment, I felt my body was thrown out by something. Directly out of control, it flew up. Boom! One strike. Subai kicked Vegeto hard in the stomach. It's over. Vegeto's hair color instantly turned black, and the arrogance around him completely dissipated. Obviously, he was knocked out. Grabbing Vegeto's clothes, Subai threw it directly on the 7th universe seat. I won this battle. Subai looked at Grand Priest, and at the same time returned to normal. Grand Priest, declare my victory. Grand Priest glanced at Vegeto and realized that he had indeed been knocked out, unable to wake up at all. He coughed a few times. Ahem, then, congratulations to Subai from the 6th universe, who won the final championship. 7th universe, eliminated. Okay. The people from the 6th universe all jumped up with a swish. Well played. We won. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully conquered the 7th universe. Ding. Congratulations to the host, you have completely conquered 12 universe. Chapter 119. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Become the master of 12 universe. Boom. Powerful divine power erupted directly on Subai. In an instant, Subai's side attracted everyone's attention. Including Xeno ready to wipe out the 7th universe. This is. The two Xeno looked towards Subai in surprise. Grand Priest also looked at Subai thoughtfully. Angel and gods of destruction were also taken aback. Such pure divine power, this. Subai, isn't he human? Boom. At this moment, the divine power that has been entangled with Subai burst out. Ding. Congratulations to the host, you have completely become the master of 12 universes. Ding. The host can change Supreme Kai, gods of destruction and other positions at will. With a wave of Subai's hand, the divine power given by the system appears entwined. So that's how it is. Looking at Subai, who was full of divine power, the priest finally figured it out. Master of the 12 universes, hi. He didn't cover up what he said, let alone hide it, he said it directly. What? Lord of 12 universes. Everyone in the 7th and 6th universes, including gods of destruction, Angel looked at Grand Priest in puzzlement. 12 What is the Lord of the universe? Even Zeno looked at Grand Priest puzzled. Apparently, Zeno is also curious, what is the Lord of the 12 universes? You actually know the Lord of the 12 universes. Subai looked at the Grand Priest. This time, he didn't hide anymore. He has conquered the entire universe, and with the Grand Priest and Zeno, there is bound to be a contact. He will not escape, nor can he escape. Of course I know, it's recorded in ancient books. Grand Priest looked at Subai with his hands behind his back. You don't have to be nervous, we are not enemies. Oh! Hearing what Grand Priest said, Yin Bai felt a little more at ease. Of course, only a little bit. He prepared for the worst. Grand Priest said that he is not an opponent, he is just confusing himself, and may sneak attack at any time. So, Subai is not particularly relaxed. Looking at the vigilant Subai, Priest Yin just shook his head. This kid is really... Father, no, Lord Grand Priest. Whis asked from the side. What is the Lord of the 12 universes? Grand Priest pondered for a moment, then looked at Subai. You should be able to restore the 12 universes, right? I mean, those universes that were wiped out by Zeno. What? Can all universes erased by Zeno be restored? Everyone was shocked. Hearing this, Zeno also looked at Subai curiously. Yes. Subai was also a little surprised. Grand Priest is indeed a Grand Priest, you know so much. He even knows that he can restore the universe. Then, please restore all 12 universes first. Grand Priest coughed lightly. Afterwards, when the gods arrive, I will explain to you slowly. At the same time, tell the gods of destruction and angel of other universes. Okay. Subai stretched out his finger. Snapped. A snap of fingers. Whoosh. In an instant, Vermit, Quitella, etc., gods of destruction and Supreme Kai were originally erased. All, recovered. Hey? Wasn't I erased? Yet? Why are you alive again? For a while, the scene was a little noisy. Ahem. Grand Priest coughed lightly. Everyone is quiet. First of all, you humans go back to your own universe. Grand Priest waved his hand. Whoosh. Jiren, Hitter, Son Goku et.al., in short. The non-clergy were all sent back by the Grand Priest with divine power. As for Subai, when Vegeto disintegrated, he released the control of Son Goku and others through the system. After all, he was also counting on a good fight with Son Goku et al. If they become abnormally respectful of themselves, then the world will be boring. Not only that, but most importantly, he felt that the original Son Goku and Vegeta had good personalities. If it becomes a puppet that respects itself, it will be really boring. Let the 7th universe be a special case. When the 7th universe was sent back, Son Goku waved to Subai. It seems to be saying, just wait, I will practice hard, and when we meet next time, we will win. The people from the 6th universe also looked at Supo with respect when they returned. Lord Subai, bye. Whoosh. All were sent back. Okay. Grand Priest looked at the gods and angel present. Now, there are no outsiders. I also happen to explain to you, what is the Lord of the 12 universes? The Lord of the 12 universe. The gods who had just been resurrected were stunned. What's this? For a while, the scene became a little noisy again. Silence, I'll explain. Yin looked around with a godly face. The gods were silent. According to the records in the classics, the so-called Master of the 12 universes is the true master of the entire universe. Grand Priest began to explain. He can control all the vitality and energy of the entire universe. In short, as long as it is within 12 universes, it will obey his orders. It is absolutely impossible to go against his wishes. The Master of the 12 universes is the real master of this universe. And us gods, even Master Zeno, are just in charge of the universe. We're more like clerks who become gods and then perform our duties. And the Lord of the universe is the real person of the universe. Control all the energy. The whole universe will obey him. The gods were a little surprised. They discussed it one after another. And, Zhao Lihao, At this moment, both Beerus and Kampa looked at Subai in surprise. Because they don't need the resurrected gods of destruction, they know that Subai is the lord of the universe. Subai's background, is Yuanran so big? As for Subai himself, he is also thinking about it at the moment. Because, he is not as good as Grand Priest said. First of all, he can't control all the power in the universe. Secondly, he can only control the gods, but he cannot directly control the gods, including Angel, he has no way to control them. Not to mention the Grand Priest and Zeno, which are also out of his control. Right now, he can only control some of the most basic human brothers in the universe. Are you trying to say that your divine power isn't that strong? Grand Priest seemed to see Subai's doubts, and took the initiative to explain. Don't be confused, because your current divine power is only half. There is another half, you need to get it yourself. Chapter 120. Following the gaze of the Grand Priest, the gods looked at Subai. Combined with the previous words of the Grand Priest, the gods took a deep breath. Is this human being the master of 12 universes? However, Quitella's complexion changed even more. Because he knew that he had ridiculed him 100 times before. At that time, he felt that there was no one in the 6th universe, so he made fun of it. What else to say, push the 6 universes down first. Now it seems that the person I mentioned is the master of the entire universe. Can't afford to offend. Quitella was a little hesitant, as if he was struggling to apologize to Subai. Kampa muttered secretly. It turns out that the bone I ate was a reward from the Lord of the entire universe. Ahaha, I'm too strong. Beerus's eyes lit up too. Haha, I was not beaten by humans, I was beaten by the whole universe. I am proud. As for the other half of your divine power, we'll talk about it later. Grand Priest looked at Subai. I gave it to Subai, now there are too many people with mixed eyes, and I will chat later. Subai. All right. At this time, Gods of Destruction is also thoughtful. Does it mean that 903, the Master of 12 Universes, is just an empty title now? After all, divine power is only half. We don't need to be too afraid of him, it seems. But, just relying on the divine power of the other half, you can accept your fate as Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction, right? Grand Priest looked at Subai. It seems to be. Subai stretched out his arm and waved it around. Let me try. Swish. Subai drained all of Quitella's divine power. Quitella was taken aback, looking at his hands, and at the same time, his whole body was aging at an extremely fast speed. Gods of Destruction cannot live long after losing their divine power. Sure enough. Grand Priest nodded. The Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction we accepted are only internal acceptance, without your consent. You are the god who controls all universes, so you can control these gods. Subai nodded knowingly. This is like a company without a president, and then the minister arranges the position of the supervisor, and the supervisor arranges the position of the team leader. All positions are arranged by employees within the company. Now that the president is back, he can easily change any occupation. My lord. The old Quitella stretched out his arms, with despair in his eyes. Am I dying? Will I die of old age after losing my divine power? Other gods of destruction gasped too. Isn't it scary? Deprived of divine power, alive and dead. Ah, sorry, I forgot. With a wave of his hand, Subai returned the divine power to Quitella. In an instant, Quitella regained her divine power, and also regained her vitality. Just simply forgot. Subai smiled at Quitella. Quitella shivered violently, then bowed his head respectfully to Subai. It doesn't matter whether Subai is deliberately revenge, or really forgot. The current Quitella doesn't dare to offend Subai at all. Meet the Lord of the Universe. The other gods of destruction and Supreme Kai also bowed their heads hastily. This is a boss who can deprive them of their god position at any time. Can't afford it, can't afford it. Kampa and Beerus were secretly happy in their hearts. Fortunately, we have long been friends with the Lord of the Universe. Haha. Lord of the Universe. The two Zeno were a little confused, and looked at Subai with their heads tilted. Sniff. One of the Zeno also got closer and sniffed the white. Although he doesn't know what the Lord of the Universe is, but he felt that Subai's divine breath was very attractive to him. Even Master Zeno needs to obey the Lord of the Universe. Grand Priest reminded him. Yet. The two Zeno nodded half understanding. The gods gasped again. Does the Supreme Zeno-sama want to submit to the Lord of the Universe? Only Subai, still thinking. He understood a little bit that Zeno was probably equivalent to a vice president. Then Grand Priest is equivalent to the secret technique of the president. Okay, as far as you know about the Lord of the Universe, it's enough for you to know the term of Grand Priest. From now on, don't offend Subai. After that, he dismissed the gods directly. At this moment, only Zeno and Subai and the Grand Priest are left. You should really want to know how to obtain the complete power of God. Grand Priest looked at Subai with a half smile. Subai continued to ponder. Too many things happened today. He still needs a while to digest. If I'm not mistaken, you can only control the Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction now. Grand Priest continued. Actually, the real master of the universe, even Zeno can rearrange. Your primary goal now is to obtain a complete God's calendar. Can Zeno control it? Subai was a little surprised. He also thought that Zeno could escape his control. It now appears that he is indeed the true Lord of the universe. Then how can I get the other half of the divine power? Subai pondered for a moment, then looked directly at Grand Priest. Not in a hurry. Grand Priest shook his head, and chuckled at Subai again. Tell me something else first, why do you think you are the Lord of the universe? Why? Subai said nothing. After all, it was impossible for him to tell the Grand Priest that the system arranged for me. The system says I am the Lord of the universe, so I am. You should be different from us, or... Grand Priest whispered. You are different from everyone in this world and all 12 universes. Of course. I don't know what's different about you. This difference, only you know. Subai was silent. There are indeed many differences. The biggest difference is that he is not from this world. It is precisely because of this difference that it will choose you. Grand Priest looked at Subai with a half smile. It will choose me? Subai was taken aback. Does this mean the system? I don't know what the specific manifestation of it is by your side, but Yen Chenai continued. You yourself know best that it is because of its existence that you can become the master of the universe. Of course, I'm talking about the power of gods. I've seen your past. With your efforts, even without its help, your energy can be raised to surpass the angel level. Subai was silent. Grand Priest is right, even if there is no system, he can also cultivate the Super 5 level plus free ultimate intention by himself. When the time comes, he will still be able to surpass Angel in terms of combat effectiveness alone. Chapter 121. He is very hard-working, relying on his talent and hard work, he will be able to achieve success after decades of practice. But the system just saved the training time and gave him these skills directly. After all, the superposition of the triple power was obtained through hard work by himself. Nothing to do with the system at all. With or without the system, he can reach today's strength. It's just the power of God, maybe it's gone. After all, the God position is not obtained by cultivation. Speaking of it, I have to mention one thing. Grand Priest smiled. Do you know why the future Zeno-sama will say you are Grand Priest? If I'm not mistaken, the future Grand Priest isn't here at all. Subai frowned, thought for a while, these words are very meaningful. Grand Priest didn't urge him either, but just looked at Subai with a half smile. The power of the gods of the system, the disappearing Grand Priest, was regarded as a Grand Priest by Zeno, because he was not from this world, he was chosen. Wait, do you mean? After connecting everything together, Subai suddenly understood. He got it. That's right, the Grand Priest that disappeared in the future time and space has transformed into another form. Grand Priest explained. Using his pure divine power, he chose you and assisted you, becoming the master of the universe. As for what form it transforms into, I'm afraid only you know. This means, that is to say, Subai's system is actually the evolution of the divine power of the future Grand Priest. Subai is silent, no wonder Zeno will call him Grand Priest when he uses the power of the system God. It turned out that those divine powers belonged to the Grand Priest. But, why would the future Grand Priest do this? Subai didn't understand. The Grand Priest sacrificed himself to turn his god power into a system. Is it necessary to do this? Sacrifice yourself. You tell me first, did something terrible happen to the future universe? Grand Priest asked. Hi. Subai was taken aback for a moment, then replied. Yes, without the supervision of the Grand Priest, the gods of the future universe were slaughtered by Azamesu. No wonder. Grand Priest understood. No wonder, the future Grand Priest sacrificed so much. After taking over Subai, he didn't put it in his universe. Instead, it is placed in this universe. It is estimated that it is not suitable for Subai's growth because the universe will suffer catastrophe in the future. That's why Subai was put in this universe. The world is really unpredictable. Grand Priest's expression was a bit complicated. Sacrifice yourself in exchange for a chance to save the world, but because I didn't have my own guard, the universe was completely wiped out. A chance to save the world. Subai caught the key point sharply. It seems that this master of the universe is not so easy to be. It's also the key for you to obtain the other half of the power of God. Grand Priest adjusted his mood. Our universe is about to face a catastrophe, and even I cannot resist it. In other words, as long as it is the human beings in our universe, they cannot resist. Therefore, only outsiders can save us. Outsiders can save. Subai pondered. He is also thinking. What kind of enemy is it that can only rely on outsiders? I don't know exactly what the enemy is, it's just recorded in the classics. Priest Yin shook his head. We gods must face a catastrophe. Furthermore, according to the records in the classics, the enemies in the catastrophe have the ability to absorb the divine power of our natives. The power of God can be absorbed, how terrible it can be imagined. Therefore, we natives cannot defeat him no matter what. Even, because he absorbs our divine power, he will become even more terrifying. Subai. Absorb divine power. I seem to know this familiar setting. Excuse me, is that ability to absorb divine power called Dark Siphon? Ugh. Grand Priest froze for a moment, then thought for a moment. Finally, he looked at Subai in surprise. How do you know? According to the records in the collection, this catastrophe is the dark side of the universe. They all possess the devouring power that represents darkness. All creatures in our universe will be devoured with their divine power. That's why, it must be an outsider. As an outsider, you are detached from this universe, so they cannot absorb your divine power. So, you are the most hopeful to defeat them. Grass. A plant. It turned out to be a world similar to all demons. Subai is a little ashamed. He finally figured out that the universe he was in was the Dragon Ball universe. Ahem, is this catastrophe called Quanmo? Subai confirmed. Wait for me to recall. Grand Priest scratched his head. It's been a long time, and he also wants to confirm it. After a while, he looked at Subai in surprise. You really guessed it, it's the whole devil. Unexpectedly, you know quite a lot. The Grand Priest was really surprised that Subai knew about Quanmo and Dark Siphon. It seems that this Lord of the Universe also has something. Similarly, the whole demon is also the last piece of the puzzle for your divine power. Grand Priest continued. The power of God you are controlling now is the God's calendar that is biased toward justice. After all, your divine power from the beginning was inherited from another Grand Priest. The universe, on the other hand, pays attention to the balance between life and death, and after capturing the divine power of destruction from all demons. Only you can become the master of the universe who truly controls everything. At that time, even Lord Zeno will surrender to you. Subai nodded, he has fully understood by now. In general, it is the future Grand Priest who seeks him from another world in order to deal with the all demons. But because the Grand Priest turned his divine power into a system and died, no one would guard the future, and Zamesu picked it up. Then, because the future was no longer suitable for human habitation, the Grand Priest placed himself in the modern universe. Then, under the guidance of the system, or Grand Priest, he became the master of half of the universe step by step. The remaining half of the power of God needs to be absorbed by defeating all the demons. I must help you solve the crisis of all demons, so that I can become the real master of the universe. Subai looked at Grand Priest playfully. Are you doing it on purpose? I'm afraid that if I don't save the world, I might even join forces with all the demons. That's why I specially arranged the identity of the Master of the Universe for me, so that I and the whole demon must die. Ahem. Grand Priest coughed a few times in embarrassment. This, I don't know, it is the future Grand Priest who specifically arranges this matter, and it has nothing to do with me. Chi. Subai understood, it was absolutely true. It is because he is afraid that if he does not deal with all the demons, the future Grand Priest will guide himself and become the Master of the Universe. In this way, Quan Mo and him are deadly enemies, and they must die one by one. Chapter 122. However, what surprises me is, can you even create the Lord of the Universe? Subai looked at Grand Priest with some surprise. Obviously, I, the Master of the Universe, can only become under the arrangement of the system. That is to say, the future Grand Priest arranged for a Master of the Universe. Not really. Grand Priest shook his head. In the ancient classics, there are indeed records to become the purpose of the universe. But it also requires a special physique. It doesn't mean that just polling someone casually can become the Master of the Universe. Oh? It seems that my identity as the Master of the Universe is quite authentic. Subai chuckled lightly. Yes, not everyone can do it. Grand Priest also smiled. Okay. Subai waved his hand. I can figure out the specific situation. I will help you 383 to solve all the demons, whether it is to save the world or to be the last Master of the Universe. Ahem. Grand Priest looked at Subai with some embarrassment. I don't know, the future universe. Subai. He knew what Grand Priest meant. The future universe, and this universe, have all demons. After solving this universe, the future universe may also need to be rescued by him. Okay, after all, without the help of the future Grand Priest, I wouldn't have come to this world. Subai didn't refuse either. He can be regarded as having clear grievances, since you helped me come to this world. It also gave me the highest status, so I will help you, which is considered a return. Having said so much, I would like to ask, what are my chances of winning when I fight Quan Mo? Subai looked at the Grand Priest. Judging from the strength you showed in the match just now, maybe 10%. Grand Priest pondered for a moment. The whole demon is definitely stronger than me, and the two states you showed before combined are just a little bit better than Zeno's guard. Of course, I'm referring to the fusion of the two guards. As for me, I am much stronger than these two guards. By analogy, you should not be an opponent of the whole devil at all. Oh? Quan Mo is really powerful. Subai's eyes flashed with a trace of fighting spirit. Very good. Looks like someone has got me going. You don't have to underestimate yourself too much. Grand Priest thought that Subai was losing confidence, so he hastily comforted him. It's still a while before the catastrophe comes. You can use this period of time for cultivation. If you are guided by me, you should be able to make rapid progress. Oh! Subai looked at Grand Priest in surprise. You guide me. That's right. Grand Priest smiled confidently. Kid, you can just sneak around. With me personally guiding you, it will not be difficult to defeat all the demons. Okay. Subai smiled at Grand Priest, showing his white teeth. Then why don't we exchange ideas on the spot? Now. Grand Priest glanced at Zeno. I found that the current Zeno is really discussing the issue of hair color. The current Zeno says white is handsome, and the future Zeno says purple is beautiful. Okay, then let's compete first. Grand Priest looked at Subai again. Let's just try and play against each other. Swish. Grand Priest waved his hand, and a transparent shield emerged. Fighting in this shield will not affect the outside world. Please. After Grand Priest said these two sentences, he rushed in first. Okay, I'm coming too. Subai rushed in immediately. Inside the protective cover, Grand Priest and Subai stood facing each other. Go ahead, I will point out your shortcomings so that you can improve. Grand Priest looked at Subai. Oh. Subai nodded, then kicked the protective shield under his feet. Your shield, are you sure it's okay? Don't hit it, the protective shield is broken, and the power of the two of us has spread to the universe. This universe is all mine. If it is damaged, I will feel bad. This is how to protect your own universe? Ahem, don't worry, This shield is different from the previous arena. Even if two angels are fighting here, it is impossible to break the protective shield. Very well, then I can rest assured. Subai nodded. So, start. Grand Priest looked at Subai. Come on. Without hesitation, Subai transformed into Zizige. Facing an opponent of Grand Priest's level, he doesn't need to keep it. Very good, was it self-indulgent from the beginning? Grand Priest nodded. He knew that Subai's free spirit was stronger than the average angel. Come here, let me see. Coming. With a whoosh, Subai disappeared in place. Swish swish swish. In an instant, Subai threw out dozens of punches, but Grand Priest dodged them all. Humph, it's really powerful. Although they were all dodged, Subai didn't feel a bit uncomfortable. On the contrary. He is also very excited. The punching speed is very fast, and the technique is also very good. It seems that you were born for fighting. Grand Priest continued to comment. Very well, I can see that your background is very good. If you practice more, you will be able to defeat all demons. Subai didn't say much, just kicked along. Swish. The Grand Priest dodges again. Not bad, not bad. Your fighting talent makes me very satisfied. Grand Priest is not stingy with his compliments. It is worthy of being another savior chosen by myself, I am very satisfied. Haha. This universe is stable. All demons must be defeated. As for Subai, he looked at Grand Priest with a calm expression after several attacks and all 1.3 failed. Grand Priest, you are really amazing, why don't you take a shot? If I just dodge, I can learn very little. Oh, you asked me to attack. Grand Priest frowned slightly. If he attacks by himself, Subai has absolutely no chance of winning. What's more, as soon as he hit it, Yunbai immediately lost his ability to resist. This Subai, although he is the master of the universe, is he too ignorant of himself? Do you feel like you can challenge yourself? Come on. Subai looked at Grand Priest expectantly. Okay. Grand Priest sighed. Let's teach this future savior a lesson, lest he get too inflated and be killed by all demons. That's right. It is better to teach him a little lesson in advance than to be killed by all demons if he is too inflated. Chapter 123. Well, watch out, here I come. Before taking the initiative to attack, Grand Priest also reminded him intimately. Come on. Subai continued looking at the Grand Priest expectantly. Whoosh. Grand Priest rushed directly to Subai with great speed. So fast. Subai's pupils shrank slightly. Grand Priest's speed is the fastest he has ever seen. Much faster than the combination of those two guards. In an instant, before Subai had time to feel emotional, Grand Priest's punch had already hit Subai's abdomen. Pooh! One punch, hitting Subai hard in the stomach. Cough! Subai directly coughed up some blood. After this punch, you will be unconscious for about 2 days. Grand Priest supported Subai's body. My strength is well controlled, don't worry, I won't hurt you. He is confident that after this punch, Subai will be unconscious. Oh, it seems that I was really underestimated by you. Subai licked the blood, held Grand Priest's fist, and said. The Grand Priest was startled. According to Subai's strength, the power of this punch is definitely enough. What happened? Why can he resist? Is it because I am old that the calculations are not accurate? Grand Priest is slightly skeptical of life. It's really a good pain. I haven't felt pain for a long time. Subai grabbed Grand Priest's fist and threw it back. Grand Priest's eyes widened, he was thrown out right away. He didn't want to be thrown out. The problem is, when Subai dumped him, he was powerless to resist. The strength of the opponent is still above him. The thrown Grand Priest stabilized his body and looked at Subai again. Surprisingly, Subai has completely changed his form now. This is... Grand Priest looked at Subai suspiciously. I call it, Super Saiyan 5. Subai wiped the corner of his mouth with the back of his hand. How? In this form, your attack is not enough for me. You have so many forms. Grand Priest was a little surprised. This Super 5, in the previous battles, Subai has never shown it. This transformation is not that simple. Subai chuckled. It is different from the main dodge of self-intention, and it is also different from the main attack of self-intention. This transformation is a pure, all-round improvement. Whether it is strength or speed, it is a huge increase. I like this transformation very much, but you all pay attention to the skills of gods, so I also do as the Romans do, and have always used the skills of gods to copulate with you. Then let me see how strong you are when you fall down. Grand Priest looked at Subai cautiously. He can feel that Subai is not lying. Subai's current power is really terrifying. Coming! Subai rushed to the Grand Priest in an instant. Boom! One punch, straight to the Grand Priest. Boom! Grand Priest reached out with one hand and firmly caught Subai's iron fist. The strength has improved, and my hands are a little numb from the beating. Judging from your current state, it's not bad. You're very strong. If that's the case, I'll be more confident in defeating all the demons. Grand Priest is very happy. Subai is much stronger than he thought. Really? Is it just a little bit of progress? As for Subai, the corners of his mouth slightly raised. I'm more than that. Subai pushes hard. Ah! In an instant, his eyes turned into purple pupils. This is... Grand Priest was startled. That's right, self-consciousness. Subai snorted. When transforming into Super 5, Subai released the ultimate intention of freedom. The current him is just superimposed with a self-intention in the form of Super 5. The self-intention of the main power, plus the transformation of Super 5. In an instant, Grand Priest felt it, Subai's fist strength increased greatly. So strong! Grand Priest couldn't help feeling emotional. Click! At this moment, there was a crisp explosion sound on the barrier wall of the Grand Priest. What? Grand Priest set off a monstrous wave in his heart. My own enchantment can't bear it. It's not over yet. Looking at the shocked Grand Priest, Subai let out a low growl. Dragon Fist! Explode! In the eyes of the Grand Priest, a golden dragon flashed. Dal! In an instant, the Grand Priest was devoured by the golden dragon. Boom! Energy burst. The entire barrier is instantly shattered. Subai was in Super 5 form, still burning with purple flames, standing behind Grand Priest. As for the Grand Priest, he stood there, stunned for a moment. Puff! Grand Priest clutched his heart, and spit out a mouthful of blood with a puff. I was actually injured. Great God's heart trembled violently. He was actually injured. Self-consciousness already focuses on attacking, plus I'm in a Super 5 state. Subai explained plainly. These two transformations are my strongest means of attack, so it's normal for you to be injured by me. In head-to-head encounters, the transformation of ZZGE cannot bring much attack bonus to 383 Subai. Therefore, although it is only the transformation of two forms, the power is also very powerful. It seems that I really underestimated you. Grand Priest took a deep breath. A divine power repair, fully recovering itself. I take back my previous frivolity, I shouldn't say anything to point you, your strength is already strong enough. At best, I can only give you some advice. Judging from your Super 5 transformation, it is not impossible to defeat all demons. Is this all you want to say? Subai shook his head slowly. Don't give any advice, and don't say anything about defeating all demons. I just want to fight you once. Grand Priest, you haven't used your full strength yet. I've fought against Angel before, and after you actively use your free will, your strength and speed are completely different from the normal ones. So, come and fight me. Grand Priest. Show me your full strength. The strength of the Grand Priest has completely inspired Subai's fighting spirit. His Saiyan blood is burning again. Fight with all your might. Grand Priest hesitated. He looked at Zeno at the side, then at the broken shield, and then at 12 Universe. No, if we try our best at this level, the entire universe will be in crisis. Chapter 124. Humph, don't forget who I am. Subai chuckled lightly. Hi. Grand Priest hadn't reacted yet. In a flash, Subai strengthened the entire universe space countless times. At the same time, Subai has also created a new space zone. Just like the shields created before by the Grand Priest. As the Lord of the Universe, Do you think I don't feel sorry for my own universe? Subai chuckled and jumped directly into the shield. I'll wait for you inside, come and have a good fight with me. Grand Priest looked at the shield Subai built with a complicated expression. It was very tough. As expected of the Master of the Universe, he surpassed himself in this regard. Okay, let me save the victim and fight. Whoosh! The Grand Priest rushed into the shield. Inside the protective cover. Come on, Grand Priest, let's fight again. Subai is still the transformation of Super 5, and his body is also entwined with self-intention. Double the weight. What a strange man. Grand Priest sighed, and took out his scepter casually. Come on, I haven't shot with all my strength for a long time. Whoosh! As soon as he talked about starting a war, Subai stopped talking and went straight to the Grand Priest. Swish! Grand Priest wrist angel scepter, lightly wave. Subai felt the boundless oppression, the divine power of compressed space. These are useless to me. Subai was furious, breaking all the oppression around him. With a powerful aura, Subai rushed directly in front of the Grand Priest. One punch to the Grand Priest. Swish! Grand Priest swung the angel scepter again, and transparent spatial fluctuations appeared in front of him again and again. Do you want to use the power of God to resist my attack? It's useless. Subai an explosion. Dragon Fist. Boom! The giant golden dragon reappears, heading straight for the Grand Priest. Break through my God power defense first, and then say it's useless. Grand Priest waved his hand. The huge power of God directly crushed all the golden dragons. Boom! The golden dragon exploded directly. Nobody. Grand Priest was surprised. After the dragon fist exploded, it turned out to be an empty shell. Subai! Behind you! Grand Priest! Subai instantly appeared behind Grand Priest. The previous dragon fist was just a sub to attract Grand Priest's attention. Try this trick. A trick I've never used before. This move is a super move after Dragon Fist explodes Fusion Ultimate Flash. Subai puts both hands in front of her body. This move, he learned from Vegeto's move in the fan comic. Ultimate Dragon Flash. Boom! In an instant, the huge energy gang directly engulfed the Grand Priest with a dragon roar. The entire protective cover also trembled. But, it didn't break. Because, this protective shield was strengthened by him using the divine power of the universe. Unlike the Grand Priest who uses his own power to strengthen, he uses the power of the whole universe. Therefore, exceptionally strong. In the distance, the Grand Priest who received the ultimate dragon flash emerged. More than half of the clothes that accompanied him for many years were directly shattered. Cough cough. Grand Priest coughed a few times in embarrassment, and even spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. On this day, he has been beaten and vomited blood twice by Subai. This guy. Grand Priest looked at Subai, and healed himself directly with the angel scepter. In an instant, the Grand Priest was back to normal. Subai frowned a little. Grand Priest, like him, had a strong recovery ability. In other words, this is true of all powerful people, with super defense and super resilience. To put it simply, because the level is too high, the blood volume and defense are too thick. After fighting for a long time, I still can't get rid of a bloody skin. Of course, the Grand Priest beat Subai, too. Grand Priest. Subai looked at Grand Priest. Are you going to continue like this? If you don't make a move, it's impossible for you to beat me. It's just pure defense, the two of us will fight endlessly. Okay, next, I will attack with all my strength. Grand Priest put away the scepter and assumed a fighting posture. The previous defense was just to see your offensive methods. I didn't expect it to be so much stronger than I thought. It seems that you have hidden a lot in the martial arts tournament. Now, are you ready? I'm going to fight back. Come on. I can't wait. Subai shook his fist. The fun has only just begun. Whoosh. In an instant, Grand Priest and Subai collided directly. Whoosh whoosh. Several attacks by Subai were all dodged by Grand Priest. Boom. Grand Priest's attack hit Subai directly at an extremely fast speed, causing Subai to retreat several steps. What a profound sense of freedom. Subai was a little surprised. It was worthy of what was said, the most profound ultra instinct. Dashan Guan just passively used Zai's AGE, and he was able to dodge his attack. Swish swish swish. After several attacks, Grand Priest dodged them all. Then punch. Directly knocked Subai back several steps. Your strength is enough, but your speed and dodge are still a bit short. Grand Priest put away his fist and looked at Subai, who was beaten back. That's because I haven't used Ultra Instinct yet. Subai rubbed his stomach, where he had been punched by Grand Priest just now. You can still actively use Ultra Instinct. Grand Priest was surprised. To his surprise, it wasn't that Subai was able to use freedom. After all, he had seen it before in the competition. To his surprise, Subai has now added 2 weights, Qian Niu Zhao. In this case, can he still use the 3rd layer? In the competition, Subai also showed a triple transformation, but the power of that Kaioken is obviously just a small fight. Nothing at all. From Grand Priest's point of view, it's easy for anyone with the power of Subai to stack a Kaioken. But it will be very difficult if you add more ZZGE. You know, the more powerful the transformation, the more difficult it is to stack up. After Subai has 2 super transformations, does he need another super transformation? Can you really control it? Grand Priest wanted to dissuade Subai. He was afraid that Subai would go crazy. After using super strength, his body couldn't bear it and collapsed. Whether you can control it or not, you will know later. Subai clenched his fist with one hand. Boom! The white flames soared into the sky. That is the precursor to the ultimate transformation of freedom. Chapter 125. Boom! Now, Subai, who is Super 5, has a white aura and a purple aura bursting out from his body. Super 5's transformation, white pupils, purple arrogance. Triple force, press toward the Grand Priest. Swish! With a wave of Grand Priest's hand, the oppressive power instantly dissipated. Grand Priest, I have a piece of advice for you. Looking at the Grand Priest who dispelled his own strength with one hand, Subai was not surprised, but just said flatly. The me now is not at the same level as the me before. I don't know if you can feel it. In short, if you still refuse to use your full strength, I will not show mercy. There's no rush, you just go ahead. Grand Priest just put on a fighting posture. However, Ultra Instinct is still not actively used. Chi. Subai just clicked his tongue. Others say that Saiyan is arrogant, but looking at it now, Grand Priest is much more arrogant than him. Then I'm here. Subai assumed a sprinting posture. Swish. Grand Priest is also a fighting posture, signaling Subai to shoot with all his might. Whoosh. In an instant, Subai exploded directly and disappeared in place. So fast. Grand Priest was shocked. This Subai's speed is too fast, right? Bang. 517 Grand Priest didn't react, only heard a bang. Subai has already punched him in the face. Boom. Grand Priest was punched and sent flying. In an instant, it hit the edge of the protective cover. Ahem, so strong. Grand Priest rubbed the place where he was hit. He really didn't expect that Subai would be so strong after superimposing the triple power at the same time. This, too, is terrible. Whoosh. 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 Subai didn't stop at all, and rushed directly to the Grand Priest at an extremely fast speed. I have already been reminded before that he will have all 5 senses. Whether Grand Priest listens to advice or not has nothing to do with him. Boom. Subai punched Grand Priest again. Boom. This punch directly landed on the shield. It didn't break, but it caused violent vibrations. Oh! Subai was a little surprised. This punch was aimed at Grand Priest's head. Unexpectedly, he was dodged by the Grand Priest. The next moment, Yinshanai appeared not far away. He was covered in white arrogance, and even his pupils turned white. This is the active use of free ultimate intention. Oh? Are you finally willing to take the initiative to use it? Subai chuckled and looked at Grand Priest. Can I not actively use it? When this punch comes, I can't dodge it unless I use Zizige. Grand Priest was a little ashamed, he never expected Subai to explode with all his might. The strength far exceeds Subai under the double power. That improvement is really huge. It's so big that he can't see clearly unless he is serious. He originally thought that Subai with 2 levels of strength was a bit behind him, so it would be considered a triple addition. It's only a little bit stronger than when I'm in a relaxed state. Unexpectedly, it is so different. If you beat yourself, you will not be serious. Hi. Grand Priest took a deep breath. This is the first time in tens of thousands of years that I have been forced to go all out. Subai, come to fight. Good. Subai went straight to the Grand Priest. Swish swish swish. In an instant, the 2 of them turned into 2 beams of light and intertwined together. Whoosh. Subai's punch, Grand Priest dodged. Grand Priest's punch, Subai dodges. Then, Subai saw the opportunity and kicked Grand Priest. Grand Priest also seized the opportunity to hit China and Belarus every day. Boom. The 2 fought each other, and were instantly repelled several meters away. Cough cough. Grand Priest couldn't help coughing a few times, obviously seriously injured. As for Subai, even though he was punched by Grand Priest, he seemed to be fine. This kind of situation, happened entirely because the priest just used a free will. Although his ultra instinct is very powerful, he can easily defeat Angel. 18. That's also because Angel's energy level is not as good as him. Now when facing a strong enemy of the same level, the shortcoming of Zizai's extremely weak attack is revealed. His attack, hitting Subai, basically can't cause any damage. As for Subai, he has self-will, and his attack power far exceeds that of his opponents at the same level. And Super 5 also greatly improved his speed, strength, defense, and other aspects. Perhaps, in terms of an ultra instinct alone, in terms of dodge and speed, Subai is not as good as the current Grand Priest. But, anything else, whether it's defense or attack, Subai is far better than Grand Priest. Heal. Grand Priest was just about to use self-heal on himself. Do you think I'll give you a chance to heal yourself? Subai rushed forward again. In battle, he will not give the opponent a chance to recover blood. It's a bit troublesome. Grand Priest dodged hastily, and the divine power he had just condensed was also dispersed by Subai. However, he was not in a panic, although he seemed a little embarrassed. But to him, it was just a minor injury. In an instant, Grand Priest and Subai fought together again. After a while, the shield was released, and Subai and Grand Priest came out together. Grand Priest, what do you think now, in a fight between me and the all-demons, who will win and who will lose? Ahem, what about? Grand Priest coughed a few times in embarrassment. Judging from your full strength, you may have a chance to defeat him. You are much stronger than I thought. However, I still don't quite agree with you taking the risk to challenge the all-demons. You can cultivate a little bit stronger. After you are 100% sure, you can challenge the whole demon. In the previous sparring, the 2 of them were basically unable to advance. Just dragged to the back, Grand Priest suffered more and more wounds, but Subai remained intact. After hitting the back, the result is self-evident. Subai pondered for a moment. Grand Priest is only an estimate, and he is not sure about the specific outcome. Okay, I'll practice hard for a few more days, and then I'll settle the score with Quan Wu. In case he is defeated by Quan Mo, then he will have no room to stand up. Subai is still relatively stable. Okay, if it's okay, I'll return to the 6th universe first. Subai waved his hand. Wait a minute. Grand Priest yelled. The winner of the Tournament of Power, and a Shenron wish that. Chapter 126. You still have a Super Shenron wish. Grand Priest stopped Subai. Oh, that wish, just make a wish for me to let the world believe in light. Subai waved his hand and disappeared directly into the temple of Quan Wang. He has returned to the 6th universe. Grand Priest was taken aback. What is this? The chance to make a wish in hand, but I don't want it. Grand Priest, is the other Grand Priest gone? At this time, Zeno asked the Grand Priest. Yes. Grand Priest turned around and began to take care of Zeno. On the other side, Subai has already used universe-level instant transmission and returned to the 6th universe. You actually asked me to use the Super Shenron to make a wish. Subai rubbed his chin and walked on the grass on the planet Sharda. It seems that the Grand Priest only knew about the concept of all demons from the classics, but he didn't know it. The whole demon is actually the fusion of the dragon god Salama and the 4 evil gods. I'm going to have a decisive battle with Salama soon. You want me to use the dragon ball he created to make a wish? Chi, I have no such interest. A big battle is about to happen, and everything now is based on stability. As long as he can become the real master of the universe and obtain the power of the gods of all demons, when the time comes. What wish cannot be fulfilled? Therefore, he will definitely not provoke anything related to the dragon god Salama. Oh, that's right. Subai clapped his hands fiercely. There's something important that I forgot to tell the Grand Priest. I have to rely on Angel to practice and become stronger. Subai hurriedly contacted Grand Priest with the power of God. Ah? Hey, it's Subai? What's the matter? Grand Priest was still a little confused. What happened? Didn't this Subai just leave? Why did you contact me again? Ahem, Grand Priest, I forgot to tell you. Subai scratched his head. I practice here, and I need Angel's assistance. I really need it. Without Angel's help, my cultivation speed will drop a lot. Oh, that's it, I'll contact Vados and ask her to help you practice. Grand Priest understood. Now, everything depends on your cultivation. After all, you are our hope to defeat all demons. Okay, you can rest assured. Subai nodded. With Angel's help, he is confident that his strength will improve at a rapid speed. In the blink of an eye, Subai returned to his bedroom. Next, he will wait for Angel to come to the door. After a while, Vados came to the planet Sharda alone. When Kampa heard that the Lord of the Universe needed Angel to practice, he sent Vados over without saying a word. And bluntly, what the Lord of the Universe needs, be polite to him. Vados just rolled his eyes at this. Take me as a favor, you can really do it. Master Kampa. Soon, Sharda's planetary practice room. Subai sat there, looking at Vados in front of him. You came. Well, according to Grand Priest, I will assist you in your cultivation. Vados nodded. Very good. Great. Subai stood up excitedly. Come on. Hit me. Hit me to the brink of death. Vados? What? Beat you? Want to beat you to the brink of death. Arsayan has a feature that increases combat power after dying. Subai explained. Using the feature of dying and resurrecting, my progress will be very fast. That's why, I want Angel to help me practice. Because of other people, even if I restrain all my breath, they can't break my defense. Subai is obviously going to use Sayan's near-death enhancement characteristics to practice. Ugh. Vados was still confused. This. Hey? Are you unable to make a move? Subai was taken aback. Just beating him to the brink of death, shouldn't it be a violation of his Angel's neutrality principle? Cough, you can shoot. Vados coughed lightly. As long as Angel doesn't tend to be good or evil, and remains neutral, we can do whatever we want. Then what are you waiting for? Kill me. Subai urged. Asking for flowers. Vados. How do I feel, so unreliable? Hurry up, the ink is gone, and the other white-eyed Vados. He was in a hurry to seize the divine power of the whole demon. Okay, so I really made a move. Vados looked at Subai. Don't worry. Subai signaled Vados to rest assured. Pooh. Vados stretched out his arm and poked Subai's body. Good. Subai raised a thumb, then lost too much blood, and passed out directly. He restrained all his aura, and even turned off the divine power that automatically repaired himself. Otherwise, just the body was pierced, even if Subai didn't need the healing technique. Just relying on the body's passive recovery ability, he can also recover quickly. Not to faint directly. Ah, fainted. Vados hastily took out the angel scepter. Healing. In an instant, Yunbei recovered from his injuries again. Call. The fainted Subai stood up slowly, and at the same time breathed a sigh of relief. Then, he shook his fist and felt his current strength. Sure enough, this cultivation method is the fastest. Subai signaled Vados to continue attacking. Okay, I'll come then. Vados held out his arms again. Ah! Subai screamed out. The outside of the training room. A few Saiyans passed by. Alas! What's going on in the practice room? Why do people keep screaming? Ahem, our king has just entered to practice, and he is with Angel. Is our king practicing? My god, what kind of devil's cultivation method is this falling to the ground? It actually made Wang scream all the time. And that Angel, what does she do in there? Make sandbags for the king? Or to assist the king in cultivation? There are also a few Saiyans who are not working well and come over. The first time I saw Wang and a woman alone in a room, the woman didn't scream. Indeed, when I passed by the bedroom before, I heard the screams of number 21. The king is amazing. Indeed the door. Chapter 127. After a few days, Subai summoned the people of Sharda. Above the main hall, Subai sits on the throne. Behind him, stood Vados, his face flushed slightly. In the hall, Sayonel glanced at numbers 18 and 21, and found that they were looking at Vados with jealousy. Cough. After all, Sayonel is super intelligent, so he figured it out in an instant. These four people are more or less complicated. It seems that the progress of Wang and Vados is also very fast after being alone these few days. I don't know when a little king will come out, and then Sharda will be lively. By the way, is little Wang a female doll or a male doll? Kind of looking forward to that. You are all here. Subai sat on the throne and looked at the people under his command. Yes. Everyone responded in unison. 870. Now, I want to announce a big event. Subai looked at the crowd and coughed lightly. Next, I will leave the 6th universe for a while. During this period of time, Sayonel will handle everything about Sharda. Yes. Everyone had no opinion, they all obeyed unconditionally. Subai nodded, Sayonel is a very good subordinate. Whatever is entrusted to him, he can do it perfectly. Subai is infinitely satisfied with Sayonel. Okay, if you have nothing to do, go down. Subai waved his hand. Soon, everyone withdrew. Still in the palace, only number 18, number 21 and Vados remain. I'm going to the 7th universe next time, do you want to go together? Subai looked at the two androids. I can do it. Number 21 said it didn't matter. Wherever Subai goes, she will go there. It's true that I haven't seen my friend for a long time. Number 18 nodded. Said that he wanted to go a little bit. Subai understood. In the 7th universe, number 21 doesn't have any friends, so it doesn't matter if you go or not. On the 18th, there is a Bulma as a girlfriend. Long time no see, we'll miss each other. Okay, then let's go to the 7th universe together. Treat it as a honeymoon. Subai smiled. Both the 18th and the 21st laughed happily. Vados, on the other hand, had a serious expression on his face, because he knew that going to the 7th universe this time was not that simple. The most important point is that Subai feels that his cultivation has been completed. He wants to take the initiative to attack and defeat all the demons. Since he didn't know where the all demons were located, he planned to start from the 7th universe and check universe by universe one by one. Go and prepare some things first, such as daily necessities. Subai looked at the two cyborgs. Wait a minute, let's go. Okay. Both of them returned to Subai's room and began to arrange their clothes and so on. At this moment, only Vados and Subai are left in the hall. No problem. Vados couldn't help asking. She was still a little worried about Subai. Are you so insecure about your man? Subai glanced at Vados. Vados was silent for a while, his face just turned red, and he didn't refute anything. The relationship between the two of them has progressed very quickly these days. You should be the clearest about my current strength, right? Subai continued. You. Vados rolled his eyes at Subai fiercely. This apprentice. To say such a thing. Don't be ashamed. You misunderstood. Subai was helpless. Seeing Vados' shy look, he knew that Vados got it wrong. I'm talking about my combat power. Not other abilities. Vados sticks out his tongue. She also knew that she had misunderstood it. Ahem, what? Vados thought for a moment. Indeed, your current strength should be fine. In the entire universe, there should be no one who can hurt you. Then you are still worried. Subai smiled. Okay, I'm not worried. Vados sighed helplessly. By the way, Makarita and Kessie were coming to play with me earlier. Subai seemed to have thought of something. Let the two of them come back to play in a few days, I don't have time now, I'm going out to fight all demons. Yes. Vados immediately took out the scepter and began to notify the two angels. At the same time some sighs. Well. Two ignorant little angels. You are all about to fall into the clutches of Subai. Soon, the 18th and 21st packed up their luggage. Shall we go now? The two looked at Subai. Go. Subai nodded, took Angel and the two of them, and went directly to the 7th universe via instant transmission. At this moment, the Earth of the 7th universe, Zidu, and the Capsule Company. Bulma is throwing a full moon feast for Bra. Whether it's gods of destruction or Z fighters, they all gathered in the courtyard of his house. Just at this time. Whoosh! Subai came with Vados and the others. Hi, hello everyone. Subai took the initiative to greet everyone. The sudden appearance made everyone stunned. Hi? Subai. Son Goku was the first to react. He walked up to Subai excitedly. You finally came to our 7th universe. When are we going to play again? Quietly tell you, after that battle, Vegeta and I practiced hard, and finally mastered the triple transformation. We, too, can stack Kaioken. This time, you can't underestimate us. Seeing Son Goku with a fighting look on his face, Subai smiled. 0.7. Sure enough, it was right to choose to give Son Goku their freedom. These Z fighters who don't submit to anyone are his childhood. You idiot! Beerus immediately ran over and gave Son Goku a big sum. Did you know that Subai is the Lord of the Universe? How dare you take the initiative to make a request to the Lord of the Universe? Beerus is the one to be scared of. He was afraid that if Son Goku made a rash move and made Subai unhappy, Subai would directly replace Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction from 7th Universe. Then, when the time comes, he really has nowhere to cry. Master Beerus, you hit me again. Son Goku looked at Beerus unwillingly. I'm sorry, Master of the Universe. Beerus ignored Son Goku and hurriedly apologized to Subai. Chapter 128. This guy has no brains. Don't be as knowledgeable as him. Beerus hastily apologized. No problem. Subai waved his hand. We're all friends, it's nothing. Look, Lord Beerus, Subai has no objection. Son Goku looked at Beerus complaining. Beerus. This is also fortunate that Subai has no opinion. In case there's an opinion. It's screwed. Beerus shuddered at the thought of Quitella's miserable appearance before. This is far more terrifying than Zeno's erasure. Zeno's erasure is at least painless, and it's gone with a wave of your hand. Subai's deprivation, this life and death, how terrible. At this time, Vegeta also came over. Subai, you actually came to the 7th universe. Yeah. Subai nodded. Subai came this time to take the initiative to attack Xia to find Quan Mo's stronghold. His first goal is the 7th universe. In his opinion, the possibility of a boss hidden in the 7th universe is the highest. I don't know. Vegeta also looked at Subai with a little fighting spirit. Only, it's not that obvious. Bruce was angry, and gave him another big comment. It's so impolite. These Saiyans will sooner or later be mad at them. One by one, they are lawless. Even the Lord of the Universe dares to challenge. As for Subai, looking at the two who were full of fighting spirit, he just chuckled lightly. Okay, since you want to fight, let's do it again. It just so happens that I have recently finished training and I want to see how my strength is. Oh! Subai, have you become stronger again? Son Goku's eyes widened. Very good. I can fight stronger opponents again. As for Beerus, he shrank his neck. Lord Subai has become even stronger. Master of the Universe, is there really no limit? Whis also looked at Subai in surprise, can he still become stronger? In the past few days, he has asked his father, Subai's strength, after the full explosion, is even stronger than his father. They are so strong, can they be stronger? Vados seemed to see with surprise, and took over the conversation from the sidelines. Yes, Master Subai's strength has become stronger again. And, it's a very strong kind. His. Everyone gasped. The one in Angel's mouth is very strong. How scary is that? Then hurry up and fight. Son Goku excitedly gearing up. He was quite looking forward to it. Subai looked around, there was a banquet being held here. It doesn't seem like the time to fight here. Subai looked at Son Goku. Ah? Why not suitable? Son Goku scratched his head in confusion. Why can't you fight? I really want to fight. My Saiyan blood is boiling more and more. Idiot cockroach. Vegito was very upset. Now it's Bra's full moon feast, you dare to fight here and ruin her full moon feast. I'll kill you. Son Goku shrank his neck. What happened to the full moon banquet? Why can't you fight? Well, let's go to Supreme Kai to fight. Subai signaled the two to stop arguing. There is no one there, and our battle will not affect everyone. Look at him. Vegeta glanced at Son Goku unhappily. It's all Saiyan. Why is the gap so big? One only knows how to fight, and the other thinks about other people's thoughts. Damn it. Oh, good. Son Goku scratched his head indifferently. I'll take you there. As long as you can fight, hurry up, hurry up. I want to fight. No, I'll take you there. Subai signaled Son Goku not to worry. He knew that Son Goku wanted to use instant transmission to go there. Beerus, Whis, you guys go too. Yes. Beerus immediately bowed. Facing Subai's instructions, he naturally couldn't have any objections. Okay, let's go now. Subai waved his hand. By the way, on the 18th, you can stay on Earth and play with Bulma. Yes. Number 18 and number 21 had no objection. After all, Subai was going to fight, and they didn't want to follow and get in the way. Okay, let's go. Subai waved again. Whoosh. Before Son Goku and Vegeta could react, they disappeared into the capsule company together. The other side. Supreme Kaija. Swish. Several people appeared together on the land of Supreme Kai. It's amazing. Son Goku exclaimed. Subai's divine power is amazing. With a wave of their hands, everyone came directly to the Supreme Kai world. Much better than his instant transmission. Whis and Vados were also a little surprised. As people who know the goods, they can all see that Subai's move is somewhat similar to Grand Priest's instant transmission. With a wave of your hand, you can go to any universe, any place. The Lord of the Universe really lived up to his reputation. When everyone was feeling Subai's divine power. Who? How dare you break into a sacred place like the Supreme Kai realm? Jebet sensed the human breath and rushed over. You don't know, human beings can't do whatever they want. Lord Beerus. God Jebet quickly bowed. My turtle. It turned out to be Master Beerus and Son Goku. I almost. Bastard 243 kid. Beerus glared at Jebet God. Ah, I'm sorry, Master Beerus. Jebet scratched his head. I shouldn't have yelled at you. He also thought that Beerus got angry because of the voice he shouted before. Idiot. Beerus glared at Jebet again. Blind your eyes. Where are you, the Lord of the Universe, and come to greet me? What am I capable of? Still being Master Beerus in front of the Lord of the Universe? You are hurting me. Bastard boy. Jebet is blinded. I have apologized, but why is Master Beerus still scolding me? Am I not sincere enough? Am I going to get down on my knees? Looking at the terrified Beerus, and Jebet who was even more terrified than Beerus. Both Whis and Vados almost burst out laughing. Because they understand very well, it's like the big boss descending on the company. Instead of greeting the big boss, the subordinates went to greet a group leader. Can the group leader not panic? Ha ha ha. The two of them were quite uncomfortable laughing. Master Beerus. At this moment, Supreme Kai Xin came over. Hey! Master of the Universe. You're here too. He was there when Grand Priest introduced the Lord of the Universe. What? He is the Lord of the Universe. Jebet God immediately looked at Subai. In shock. Chapter 129. I heard about Supreme Kai a long time ago, and now there is one more Lord of the Universe. The God position is a bit higher than Zeno. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be the human being in front of me. No, judging by his tail, he is still a Saiyan. His In an instant, Jebet figured it out. Before myself, I actually yelled at the Lord of the Universe, who is more noble than Zeno. It's so lifeless. Lord of the Universe. Jebet looked at Subai tremblingly. It's okay, I don't eat people, so don't be afraid of me. Subai waved his hand. Jebet froze. He thought that his previous faux pas would be deprived of his divine power by the Lord of the Universe. From this point of view, the Master of the Universe does not seem to have such a scary personality. Before that, Master Supreme Kai also said that if the Lord of the Universe disagrees, he will be deprived of divine power. It seems that Supreme Kai is here. How did Jebet know that Supreme Kai was really frightened by Quitella's situation at that time? In this way, after returning to the 7th universe, he gave Jebet and others a deep warning. Do not offend the Lord of the Universe. Although there are some embellishments and the description of Subai is too scary, it is all for the good of everyone. His purpose is to let everyone have less contact with the ministers of the universe. Lest you be deprived of your godhood. Lord Master of the Universe, Master Beerus, I don't know about you. Supreme Kai looked at Subai and his party suspiciously. He was a little curious. With so many people in the group, did they come here specifically to find him? Did I make a mistake? I said before that the Lord of the Universe was too scary and was discovered? Come here specifically for yourself? Or what? Ah, Master Supreme Kai. Son Goku came over and patted Supreme Kai Xin on the shoulder. Subai and I were going to have a fight, and then we had nowhere to go, so I came to you. Ugh. Supreme Kai was taken aback. Fight? Son Goku going to fight the Lord of the Universe? Or in your own Supreme Kai world? What's the matter? We are fighting here, will it cause trouble to you? Subai looked at Supreme Kaixin with a smile. Ah, no. Supreme Kai shivered in shock. But don't make Subai unhappy. It is my honor that you can come to fight with me. Just fight. Even if my Supreme Kai world is destroyed, I'm happy. Why should I destroy your god realm? I'm not gods of destruction. Subai shook his head helplessly. Ahaha. Supreme Kai laughed dryly twice. Jabet, doctor. Go and make room for Lord Subai. Yes. Jebet rushed out hastily. After a while, a field for Subai and Son Goku to fight was vacated. Supreme Kai and Gods of Destruction watched quietly from the sidelines. You guys did a good job. Beerus secretly said to Supreme Kai Xin. Fortunately, you're not that idiot Jebet. I know Subai can't be offended. Otherwise, I don't know how I died. Ahaha. Supreme Kai Xin scratched his head. As for Jebet, he shrank his neck aside. I don't know, that human being is the master of the universe. No one told me either. If someone had told me in advance, I would definitely not be boring myself. Be more careful in the future, just like today, don't offend Subai. Beerus urged. Master Beerus, don't worry, I'm sure I won't make trouble for nothing. Ghost King Shenzhen gave Beerus 10 reassuring looks. The two share a life, and they both cherish their lives. Lord Beerus. Whis coughed a few times from the side. It's better for us not to discuss Lord Subai casually. In case it is found out. Ahem. Beerus hastily coughed a few times. No, how could I talk about the Lord of the Universe behind his back? Xin, tell me, did I discuss it? No, we all respect Master Subai very much. Supreme Kai Xin also said hastily. Be careful. Vados also reminded aloud at this time. Don't worry. Beerus and Supreme Kai nodded again and again. We just want to respect Master Subai more, and we will never talk nonsense. Then concentrate on watching the contest. Vados shook his angel scepter. This is the first time Master Subai has shot after finishing his training. You should take a look too. Yes. Beerus and Supreme Kai shouted as they stood up. They are not afraid of Vados, but they are afraid of Subai. At this moment, Subai looks at Son Goku and Vegeta. You guys, don't fit together. Ah, haha, I would rather compete with you alone. Son Goku scratched his head. Chi, are you kidding me, how could I fit in with that idiot Kakarot? Vegeta curled his lips in displeasure. He wouldn't have merged with Son Goku without life and death threats. I see. Subai nodded slowly. Then come on, let me see if you have cultivated well. Subai put his hands behind his back and didn't say anything more. Okay, then I'll make the first move. Son Goku was furious. Boom. He immediately transformed into a state of extreme consciousness. Chi, do your best as soon as you come up. Vegeta snorted from the side. But he also knew that when facing Subai, he must not be careless. Okay, I'm coming. Son Goku rushed directly to Subai. Swish swish swish. After several attacks, Subai dodged all of them. So strong. Everyone was shocked. Subai is just normal, and Son Goku, who is in a state of extreme consciousness, can't touch him. Indeed, Subai was able to suppress gods of destruction before normality. But the problem is, suppressing and being able to touch are two different concepts. Gods of destruction can defeat Son Goku, but I can't guarantee that I won't be touched by Son Goku, who is free and easy. That's basically impossible. Maybe Angel can beg. Hey. Beerus couldn't help but look at Vados. Master Subai, his normal state will not reach the angel level, will he? Did Subai improve so much after retreating? That I don't know. Vados shook his head. Chapter 130. Have no idea. Hearing this word, the hearts of Beerus and others twitched hard. Didn't you practice with Subai? You can say that his normality is beyond angel, or not as good as angel. 19. I don't know what it means. Can you not know this? Seemingly seeing Beerus' confusion, Vados added. Because when I was practicing with Master Subai, I practiced until the last day. He said that he has completed his cultivation, so we ended our retreat. The day before? Whis also asked curiously. You practiced together the day before, you should know his strength. He also wanted to know what Subai's current strength was like. Not sure. Vados continued shaking his head. Our cultivation is a bit special, because Subai restrains his breath. Because I have been restraining my breath, I don't know the true strength of Master Subai. Condensed breath practice. Everyone was dumbfounded. What kind of strange cultivation method is this? As expected of Mr. Subai, even the way of cultivation is a little bit weirder than others. Whis couldn't help complaining. Vados rolled his eyes. Whis. If you know that 843 Subai's cultivation method is near death, you may be even more surprised. Vados didn't say anything more, but looked at the fight. Dodging this aspect, she could see that it was very strong. Next, what she expects is how Subai will attack. After dying so many times, how far can Subai's attack power reach? Whoosh whoosh. After several attacks, Son Goku stopped helplessly. Subai, you just dodge, and I can't feel your strength. You also make a few moves. Then continue to improve, let me see your full strength. Subai just put his hands behind his back, calmly. Your current strength is not enough for me to make a move. Okay, then I'll let you see. Son Goku took a deep breath. Since the end of the Tournament of Power, he has not been idle, but has been practicing penance. Although it was less than a month, he has also improved. I also want to thank you, you are the inspiration to me. Son Goku took a deep breath. Looking good, Subai. Boom. In the white transformation, iridescent flames rise up. Kaioken, 10 times. Son Goku let out a roar. The muscles all over his body also swelled. Not bad. Subai nodded. Son Goku, as expected, incorporated Kaioken into the Ultra Instinct. Cockroach, bastard. Vegeta couldn't help cursing. Son Goku is one step ahead of him again and again. It's like, uncle can bear it, and can't bear it either. It's so irritating. He actually succeeded. Supreme Kai, who was watching the battle, couldn't help but marvel. These two forces merged into one, and Son Goku did it. It is estimated that a lot of effort has been put into it. Jebet God couldn't help but say. Yeah, I can't even write with my left and right hands at the same time, let alone control the two powers. Supreme Kai said with emotion. Whisper. Vados. Beerus. How does this even involve writing? I really. Although it feels that Supreme Kai is a bit unreliable, there is only one thing that Supreme Kai is right. It is much more difficult to control two kinds of power with one mind and two purposes than to write with one mind and two purposes. The other side. This is my strongest transformation so far. Son Goku looked at Tsubai, full of fighting spirit. It's just that the energy is too strong, and it has a great backlash against me. I can only last less than a minute. So, we can only make a quick decision. Okay. Tsubai nodded with a smile. Then let's make it quick. Whoosh. Tsubai disappeared in place. Who is that? Son Goku turned his head around in shock. But it was discovered that there was no sign of Tsubai at all. Behind you. Tsubai reminded lightly. When? Son Goku immediately turned his head and looked at Tsubai behind him. Okay, the winner has been decided. Tsubai signaled that it was over. Son Goku was about to say, I haven't been dealt with yet. In the next second, he felt a sharp pain appearing on his body. Ugh! Son Goku's body suddenly took a few steps back uncontrollably. Boom! Son Goku immediately returned to normal, and then fell to the ground. What happened? I lost? When did I lose? This. Vegeta was shocked too. He didn't see anything, just saw that Tsubai disappeared. Then Tsubai appeared behind Son Goku, and then... It was Son Goku who was stunned. He didn't see clearly how he made the move. What happened? Beerus was also a little ashamed, he couldn't see clearly at all. He is dignified gods of destruction, but he didn't even find the problem. It's a lot of speed, Whis explained. Master Tsubai quickly approached Mr. Son Goku and punched Mr. Son Goku in the abdomen. Afterwards, the daytime man appeared behind Mr. Son Goku. You didn't see it because it was too fast. And that punch was also too fast, so Mr. Son Goku's body didn't even react when he was hit. So, Mr. Son Goku had no problem at the first moment, and the reaction began in the next second. Hiss! Everyone took a deep breath. It's so close that even the body can't react. This is too fast. The scariest thing is that Tsubai is still normal now. Simply, invincible, okay. How is it? You said a quick battle, but you are still satisfied. Tsubai looked at the fallen Son Goku and said. Son Goku. Vegeta. Supreme Kai. Gods of Destruction. Whisper. Vados. There is no such thing as a quick battle, right? In less than a second, the winner will be determined directly. I took a mouthful of saliva and didn't even swallow it.